Oh, baby. You guys ready for
Oh,
this
look at this fish. Look at all the fish.
biggest Battlefield show of all time? Oh my god.
What you trying to say there? Huh?
All right.
I've been to the gym.
3, 2, 1. Here we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, wait a sec. There you.
Wait a second. Hey, I'm here. What's up? That was just my fish, right?
The fish took over for a second. It's like, what the? Welcome back, everybody. This is episode number 20.
2-0, baby.
The Battlefield show. Welcome back, ladies and germs. We got a crowd here. EnergizedKnight. My God, right at the beginning.
Look at them all.
How you doing, man? How was the the song requests, really, essentially?
Hey, listen, we're trying to do a real streamer. You know, that's where we just react Andy to everything. Song request all day, and we're good to go. Not to explain anything.
For those who
EA's
don't
taking
know,
care of it for me.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Xbox, PC, everybody related to Origin, all games went down again. And
2 days.
It's due to an attack from some group of idiots that want to make a point and want to take down the powerful FIFA, and ended up taking everybody else with it. So that's what's been going on, and that's why you can't play your precious Battlefield game. We're going to talk about a lot of Battlefield today here with EnergizedKnight, otherwise known as Augie, 6'6". You can tell in the picture we met over there in San Diego last year. He is slightly taller than me. Okay, let's not get this out of proportion. Okay, slightly over. And it was great meeting up with him. He's a cool dude to hang out with, and I shouldn't have taken this long to get this man on my show. This has been all over the place, and finally we got you here, EnergizedKnight. You are right now getting really close to getting that Twitch partner. Been blowing up on Twitch. Put it in the hard work. How's it been going for you so far?
The better question is how many brain cells do I have left? I think I think we got 2 left right now. It's been 33 straight days. 33 straight days from Battlefield 5, for an average of 7 hours each day.
Woo!
2 brain cells. Okay.
2. That's enough to move 2 joysticks. There you go.
Sure is. Only got 2 thumbs.
Hell yeah. So we're gonna go. I want to start right now with your Battlefield history. So, what was your first Battlefield game on Xbox, any console, really?
Well, my first console period was the Xbox 360, and that was back in 2011. First game I got was Black Ops 1. Graduated to Black Ops 2 when that came out, and then my friend was like, "Yo, check this game out." It was Battlefield 3. It was about 2 months before Battlefield 4 came out, so I got into Battlefield 3. No Shark Analysis 24/7, just like everybody else that was playing this at the time. And Battlefield 4 came out, picked that up, said, "Screw Black Ops, I'm done with you." And Battlefield 4 is a new friend.
Yeah, Battlefield 4 must have been a crazy experience coming from freaking Black Ops 2 to that. That'd have been like, oh, I can do this? What? Wait, what?
Yeah.
And
It's a good time. It was a good time.
I have a clip for you I want to show you guys real quick of you playing some Battlefield 4. Let me see if I can find it here real quick. Let's see. That's the FG42. Man, I should have had these organized. Damn it. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see. Is it this one? No, that's okay. We got some good ones here. You can see all the clips that I'm gonna show.
Oh, you got World War 3 footage? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Dang, where was it? I think I closed it on accident. Damn it. I had a good one. From you playing Battlefield 4. Man, where was it? Man, I blew it, dude. Damn it. I thought
what happened
I
in the
had
clip?
that.
I can probably go find it real quick.
It wasn't a clip, it was like a highlight, I think.
Okay.
Damn it. Okay, I thought I had it for a second, but yeah, it was a highlight one.
I can get that real fast if you want me to.
Yeah, sure. It was with Battlefield 4. It was like a longer one. I think you were using
a
SMAW going against helicopters. I think that was the title.
Oh yeah. No, it was the Law. So it's a dumbfire, but even slower fire than the small.
Yeah.
I was trying to get all the what's it called? All the dog tags in the game. and I just so happened to have to start using the law. So I started using the law and was like dumb firing helicopters. And in that highlight, there, let's just sent to you. I was able to take down 6 of them in one game. Pretty proud of that.
Okay.
But there, I got sent it to you.
Let's see.
I eventually got the dog tag. Took a while though.
Hog champ.
But yeah, that's some old footage too.
This is it.
I'll probably get 0 this game. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, so this thing is just dumbfire, can't control it, and it's pretty slow firing as well. With slow velocity. Yeah.
And this is the PP2000, I think?
Listen, so I used to do gun request as well for Battlefield 4. Now, based on the names of guns, which one do you think is going to get requested the most?
PP gun.
So I think the M4 eventually took over for the most kills, for my most killed weapon or kills with a weapon, but the PP2000 is right there in second place. So.
Okay, so what really got you hooked to Battlefield 4 coming from like Black Ops? What was it that like, okay, I'm playing this from now on?
Well, like the Call of Duties that came out after Black Ops 2, they were kind of a downhill, so I was looking for something else to play anyway. My friends were all playing Battlefield as well at the time. They were all just graduating over to Battlefield instead of playing Call of Duty. So I figured, hey, they're playing that, I'll go play with them, and I really enjoy the game as well.
That's
so
sick.
Up until recently, most of my gaming was just with friends. Like I hadn't thought about like getting good at the game or playing competitively until more recent. So yeah, just whatever my friends are playing.
So, and the other thing was, since you are at UCF, you're in Orlando, right?
Correct.
Orlando area, and you try to get onto that team, competitive team for Overwatch.
Yeah, I made a little bit of an attempt at it. Tried to reach out to some people, but they didn't have any spots available for Lucio main at the time. So yeah, I missed my opportunity.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I was really into Overwatch for a while.
Yeah, I do have some clips of you playing some Overwatch here. This one is I think something happened to this man. I don't know what happened.
This is kind of a low quality clip, but go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, this one. 2017.
This is before I knew how to change settings. Like really, just a good ragdoll. I think this is before I had a mic too, so that's like really digging deep.
Damn, we're digging. Yeah, we're digging for sure. So, you claim to be top 50 Overwatch.
I peaked at top 50.
Peaked at top 50. That's amazing. All Lucio.
Primarily Lucio, yeah.
Wow. And what teams did you play for?
It was mostly just scrims with different console teams that were popping at the time. There weren't really a lot of huge tournaments on Xbox until like there was a couple of like a year ago now, I think. But otherwise, all the other tournaments were on PC, so it was kind of just playing. It was more like how what pits are, like sweaty servers for Battlefield 5. Kind of the same thing, but pugs instead is what they'd be called in Overwatch. You just pick up teams, so that sort of thing.
I see. Yeah, you sent me a few other ones here. This is the World War III one. Where's the other one?
The World War III ones, man. Oh my gosh.
Where is it?
That's such a busted game.
Oh, I know. There's a good boop there. Oh, here you go. This one you can barely see here. Sorry about cutting it off here. I have it zoomed in for the other clip section, but this is pretty much what happened here.
Watch out for Lucio.
Final comp week.
Or do they have one?
Yeah, it was the end of the competitive season, so I didn't create a title. This is listen, I'm pretty new to stream, so I didn't know how to create titles and clips. All right?
Fair.
But no, this one, a little context. I was just playing with my friends, and I was trying to get them at a higher rank, and this is kind of down from where I normally play. So I was able to pull that off there and save the team fight.
I don't, dude.
A little bit of good stuff there.
Watch out for Lucio.
There's also my old gamer tag too. That's an old one too.
What's your gamer tag?
My old gamer tag is Throwing Bridge 3. So on Xbox, listen. On Xbox, they auto assign names if you can't think of one. So that's what that was, and I ran for that until I got to UCF. So I had that for about 5-6 years.
Damn. Throw Bridge 3.
Throwing Bridge 3 was a classic.
Okay. So you're in Xbox. You're now playing Battlefield 5, right? Your favorite game of all time, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, obviously.
That's what EA told me to say.
Yeah. And that's what Lizard Squad told me.
Yeah.
So you got into BF4, and then You transition later on to. Did you ever play BF1?
Okay, so I went from BF4, right? That like when it first launched, and then that was also when the 360. We were dumpstering the 360 and going to the Xbox One. So I got my Xbox One. I had 2 games for 6 months. I had 2 games. I had Battlefield 4 and Forza 5. I did not touch Forza 5. I played nothing but Battlefield 4 for 6 months, and then Overwatch came out, and I played that for 3 years or 2 years. I had nothing but Overwatch for 2 years, except for like 2 seasons, which is like 3 months worth of play time. So a lot of Overwatch. I did go play in BF1. Put about 100 hours in BF1. Hated it. The only reason I played it, I hated Battlefield 1. The only reason why I played it was to play with friends. So,
what did you hate about BF1?
Pretty much all the things that everybody complains about nowadays: random bullet deviation, snipers that one-shot body shot if they're just in a sweet spot. Hate bayonets, hate horses. It's just tanks. I don't like tanks. What else? Suppression effects your bullets goes. I absolutely detest weapon variations. Like limiting my customization abilities, so I have to run like an iron sight on a gun that's good for a specific range. I hate that. Like, just give me a goddamn 1x, man. Just want to slap a 1x on that thing. So a couple other things, but those are the main reasons.
Yeah, I'm sure the MP18 experimental is just a treat to try. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't quite enjoy all those things that you mentioned. I didn't quite enjoy, especially if I wasn't playing an assault player. I just couldn't take care of those tanky ass abominations of horses, man. I just couldn't. And remember when were you there when that bug was around where they can kill you from a mile away with their spears and whatnot on horses?
I don't think I was there for that. Okay, I think I probably played for about the first 2 months the game was out. And I put that time in then, put a decent amount of time in then. And then I, at like every single time a DLC dropped, I played for about a week. And then I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
Yeah.
That DLC with that map where it's just islands and you got to take boats to the islands.
Yeah.
That still gives you nightmares. Okay. That map is terrible.
Heligoland.
Yeah. That map, listen, just remove it. It's going to be gone. I don't even play Battlefield 1, but it just doesn't be gone. I'm playing Battlefield 1 tomorrow, but I don't want to ever see that map. Okay. Never want to see that map. I played that map like twice. No.
Well, speaking of that map, you heard about that there might be making another one for this chapter.
I did. I watched the show with Chicken when you all talking about it, and listen, I threw up a little bit. And I'll be honest with you. All right,
I threw up a little bit. Damn,
I threw up a little bit.
Let's hope that's a canceled project that's coming up called Pacific Ocean. We don't want EnergizedKnight to keel over when he sees that as new content for Battlefield 5. Please, DICE, just stop right now. Thank you. Okay, so you moved on to Battlefield 1, didn't like it, threw in the trash can. So after that, back to Overwatch, and then no Hardline. Didn't hear anything about Hardline.
Oh, I played a bit of Hardline again, 100 hours. Most of it because of friends. But during that time, when Hardline was out, Battlefield 4 was still popping. So I would just go and play Battlefield 4. I also played a lot of NBA 2K. I don't play that anymore because it's kind of just literally microtransactions. But at the time is what me and my friends played. I played a lot of basketball in high school. Friends played a lot of basketball in high school. We gamed. All right, we were gamers.
Were you on the number 1 team over there at high school? Dunking on people, smashing.
Listen, you know how tall I am, right? You know how tall I am. Yes. I was the tallest person on my school.
Oh, baby. Easy. Number 1 pick in the playground.
I had a graduating class of 150. Tiny school. I think we won a basketball game. Listen, we won a few games. Last season, the best season that we had for quite a long time. Probably like 12 years was my senior season. That was a good year. I took one charge that entire season. It was the last game.
And then did you ever think about playing at college or
no. Listen, I don't know if you follow NBA at all. If you're familiar with Taco Fall, he went to UCF. He's the center. He was the center.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the position I played. So Taco Fall was 7'6".
Yeah, I've seen some hilarious clips.
Yeah. I shared a class with him. You know.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, damn, that's something I didn't know for sure. And then good old Battlefield 5 comes out. Now, let's just start from the beginning. What did you like the game from the beginning? Like, oh man, this is actually pretty fun to play, and I'm just owning
I
an
played the alpha
Xbox?
and beta on my PC, and I was content with my 60 FPS. It was a good time. But I mean, I hated Narvik just like everybody else during the alpha and beta. We still hate Narvik to this day, but
Yeah.
it was something new. That's what it was. But that since gone away. That feeling of newness has gone away. So, but yeah, at the time, the first 2 months when I was getting all the guns gold, it was a good time. I was actually having fun.
And
A lot of fun.
that's around the first time I met you up on Twitch, and I was like, whoa, is this guy copying me? Like, this is my thing. Hey, no, even though you were streaming way before I was anyway. But I was like, I think I was talking to Brother Steve, and he was like, dude, there's another person that does the grind to gold and 1,000 kills with every main weapon. I was like, get out of here, dude. Nobody would be stupid enough to do that. Not I'm calling you stupid, but
well, the thing where I got that from was just because I was doing BF4 for over that summer before Battlefield 5 came out. And Battlefield 4, it's 500 kills for the dog tag. So what I was doing was just going like 500 kills on all the guns in the game. Like I was just doing that. And then Battlefield 5 launched, and I look at how many guns are in the game. I'm like, well, that like 500 kills will take me like 2 days. Let me just do 1,000 kills instead. So that's what I decided.
Yeah, I ended up trying. They had similar stuff in Bad Company 2 back in the day, and there's a lot of achievements for getting 1,000 kills. You get like I think a gold medal or something like that. And there's always things to be rewarded down the way, but they kind of like stopped doing it. But I still wanted to do it because it kept me interested in all the different varieties of weapons, especially in BF4. Oh my god,
so many different ones in there.
Yeah, and all the attachments. I did like attachment challenges and stuff. Did you ever like do iron sight only challenges or?
No, I just hoard out the 1X, just like Coyote said, just like everybody else. So I think some of my DMRs I put like the ACOGs, but that's about it. I didn't really do the attachment stuff. I finished the 500 kills with all the primary weapons in Battlefield 4, and then just did gun requests until Battlefield 5 came out.
So comparing BF4 to BF5 now with that 1,000 kill challenge in specifically, which one did you enjoy way better?
Probably BF4, just because you could there's like, I don't know, the dog tags look better. They track your kills, which is pretty neat. So that actually meant a little bit more, I feel like. And then also all the customization you can do on the weapons to make it better, or you can make it just an utter potato, which I did a few times just on purpose. We'll say on purpose for now. All right, we'll say it for now. But no, it was I enjoyed BF4 a lot, and then also all the pistols, all the pistols in the game. I was working on those. I think I have like 3 left now at this point. If I ever go back and play more BF4, definitely gonna keep trying for that. All the gadgets also the dog tags, and they all track your kills on the dog tag, and the dog tags look pretty clean. That's what I liked about it. So I would say BF4 was much more enjoyable experience getting all those kills than BF5.
It really sucks that how far we've fallen from just a simple thing like dog tags, because that was DICE's thing, man. They came up with that kind of stuff, and everyone kind of, it wasn't a huge thing in Battlefield 2. It's just knife, regular combat knife, and then people were like, well, I want to collect that guy's dog tags. Can you do that? And the dev was like, we're going to introduce that in 2142. Watch out. And they had that little animation, and you can have a specific knife that if you take a certain amount of dog tags, you get to add a dog tag kind of charm on the back of your knife hilt as you're running around with it. And then you can start collecting like developer dog tags, your friends. It had a whole system, everything, and people loved it. And then when Battlefield, I think 3 came along, they kind of kept that churning and whatnot. And oh my God, thank you, Hank, for the 1,000 biddies. Jeez, thank you so much for that. Thanks for supporting.
Sure, the beard a little bit. Yeah, there you go. I got you.
Yeah, or the beard bros. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, it's just the dog tag just kept declining, and maybe that passion just kind of went away. Maybe that was a specific person's idea, but I mean, for BF5, it's kind of like, it's just there in the background. It just pops up and then it's gone. But
100% just been pushed off to the side. And I don't know, it could be a dev time thing. It could be that.
Yeah, it could have been a lot of different issues. But yeah, it all started in 2142, and it just kept growing from there. But then it just kind of went away, sadly. But yeah, you guys missed out on those older refractor engine games. They were a treat for sure. So Battlefield 5 right now is trying to bring back that whole sandbox feeling, and there's a couple derpy stuff that they've added recently, which is the back blast from the bazooka, which
I love it.
I'll show a clip of you doing that here in a second. And then they also added like the katana sword, like pickups, and the flamethrower, and they also added the lunge mine.
Yeah.
And speaking of the lunge mine, I got this amazing clip here if I can find it. Let's see. Yes, here you go. Watch this, man. This is just look at Augie go with this one, man.
Oh yeah.
Here, jigs up.
Smile on my face the entirety of the 9-hour stream, man. I'm telling you. It was a good day. It was a good
100%
day.
worth.
Flexing on those guys, by the way. I just want to put it out there.
Worth.
That is a we're gonna call it a competitive team that was in that vehicle. Just want to put that out there. All three of them.
Hell
right.
yeah. So do you think they're going in the right direction with these silly things? Do you think they just need to keep adding more and more of this, or
not to the point where it's too extreme where people are going to complain about the realism, but every now and again it's nice to have in the game, just to have something fun to do. I know the word fun is relative, but I enjoy using it. Something a little silly mechanic like that. It's not blatantly overpowered. It doesn't even work properly right now.
Doesn't even work properly. Hopefully in 6.2.
I tell you, I get more 5s and 0s than 50s. I'm telling you. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind it personally. Like I said, fun mechanic. It brings a smile to my face for 9 hours. Relieves the stress playing the game. But I know that some people are probably complaining about it, being overpowered and stuff. But I really don't think it's that overpowered. The lunge mine in particular.
I mean, the fact that
right?
Exactly.
And listen, if you get killed with lunge mine, you can be revived. It's not like a bayonet, or if you get bayoneted, you can't be revived. So, like, if the person commits the bayonet charge and is out in the open and it kills you and then gets killed, someone's probably might revive you. So this is not a bayonet. What's a permadeath?
Yeah, you don't particularly like bayonet charging, especially from what you saw in BF1.
Johnny's in the chat. I'm not gonna say anything right now. Okay.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, that's his specialty here. Okay, so the other thing was the bazooka, and this is what you did. I've never seen a double before. Here, check this out real quick. There might be some
doubles and triples in like private servers, but not a live server.
No,
I haven't seen it yet. Hasn't been sent to me.
Let's see.
Double back blast.
I wanted that triple.
When I saw this, man, I was like, dude, how is that not a triple?
248 damage.
248 damage. And how that guy not die? I mean, look, there's an explosive right under his chin.
He's just looking at me, bro. He's like, "What's up, man?"
Just plunge it. That would have been epic, but it didn't go off. Maybe you didn't click it. I don't know.
I think I lunged a little bit too early. I think that's what happened there.
Yeah, that's a classic one for sure. And then here's a little clip to start off some other things here. You just went on a rampage here with this gun here. Check this out.
Is that what's gonna happen with that one, maybe?
Just click on him, dude. Just a mess. It's a gaggle of enemies. That's what that is.
Look at that EnergizedKnight stare.
What the fuck was that, dude? What was that shit?
Okay, so you watch a lot of people play PC, right?
I watch a ton of Twitch. Probably 90% of my wake hours I'm on Twitch.
And does it seem like there's a huge pace difference between what you see on like PC players and Xbox, or am I like
movement is faster on PC? You can't debate that. That's a fact. It is easier to press A and D than it is to move a stick from left to right. It is faster. It's easier. It's more simple. That's a matter of fact. It's faster to move your arm around a giant circle than it is to move your thumb around when you're locked into your sensitivity. You can just move your mouse as fast as you want to. Moving is faster on PC, 100%.
And I envy console players, especially like you guys are really good. Like all the people I watch are like insanely good. And I mean, you guys find these people just standing there like
they're on
like
PC
robots.
too. Listen, they're on PC too. Okay,
Sometimes, but it's just that they're so still when I notice things. I was like, man, if I was
think about
really
it.
good on console.
You might not have
Oh
a
my
controller in front of you,
God.
but think about it. You got an analog stick. It's centered in the middle of the controller. You know, that's where you're not moving at all. To move left, you got to move it all the way left. But if you want to strafe back to the right, you got to go center again and then over to the right. So it takes longer to get back and forth. That's why you're moving it slower.
Yeah, true,
And, you know,
true,
it's
true.
the AD. You can just click it. It's really fast. You don't have to wait for that middle part.
Well, now that we're comparing PC and Xbox and all the console stuff, trust me, listen, console people, your next consoles, they're all going to be PCs. You're not going to be able to hide it anymore. The only thing is the little controller in your hand. That's all. That's fine. That's fine. But when you want to get in big boy league over here, come on over to PC. I'm saying it. I'm keeping it real. That's how it is. It's
Come
just
on
gonna
over
be
all the
like
hackers are. You know, don't worry about them.
Oh
Don't
yeah,
worry that they're stream sniping people with 7 viewers and hacking against them. Don't worry about that. It's fine.
Hey, crossplay is already a thing, so watch out. Like,
I've got my solution, right?
What was your solution?
Oh, you want to talk about crossplay real quick?
Let's talk about crossplay real quick. Yeah.
Okay. So, we don't need matchmaking like Call of Duty. Doesn't need to be in the game. So we can keep our servers like the way we have them right now. You have servers specifically dedicated to controller only, servers specifically dedicated to M&K only, and then mixed servers. Over time, as the game's longevity goes down the path there, the mixed servers become more popular. That's inevitable if the game's designed well. But at least at the launch of the game, you'll have the option to play on the other servers. Now, if you unplug your peripheral that you joined in on, it'll just stop you from playing until you plug it back in. That I do in Call of Duty. And if I unplug my controller while I'm playing the game, it stops me from playing. It tells me to plug my controller back in. So there's already a system in place for that. Simple as that. Now, of course, as soon as we get to the point where everybody's playing on the mixed servers, I hope there's an anti-cheat in the game.
By then, right? Yeah.
By that point, there's a really good anti-cheat in the game. But that's how you do crossplay right there. It's that simple. You don't like people are like trying to say, oh, we need to like Call of Duty. We have a matchmaking system. No matchmaking, please. For the love of God, no matchmaking. Mostly because I don't want to play SCOTUS matchmaking all the time. They just have servers marked controller, M&K, or mixed, and then that's it. That's all you got to do.
That is a brilliant idea. I love everything about that, and I hope that's where DICE and EA go forward. And I hope to Christ in this year and a half that we have Battlefield 5 for. I know this game is pretty much a CTE, so be it. So be it. We can't change it anymore. So for God's sake, let us start testing out some anti-cheat here. Make something go, and hell, if they're gonna go into crossplay, I think what EnergizedKnight says here is a very, very, very good idea. And you're right.
To the PC crowd that complains about the Modern Warfare aim assist on controllers, the aim assist was not that strong on Battlefield 5 for controllers. All right, it wasn't until 5.0. Okay, 5.0 is where they introduced that aim snapping thing. It's disgusting. I hate it as well. Just if the next one launches with that, that's gonna be a big problem. But hopefully, it doesn't launch with that. If it just has the same aim assist that they had at the beginning of the game, aim assist is not a big deal. You're not gonna win fights because of aim assist.
Let's talk about that snap aim. This is a huge thing. Why? I just talked with Brother Steve. He didn't think it was that crazy idea. All right, on the Battlefield show.
He wasn't abusing it like I was.
Oh, okay. So get in more in depth here. I don't understand this snap aim thing. People are like, it's whatever. You can lower it, make it better. Like, what is going on? Why people are losing their minds over this?
Okay, so with the normal aim assist that's in the game, it's named slowdown. So if let's say you're doing a bunch of 360s, right? You're just spinning in a circle. Whenever you come across an enemy, like you're going this fast, right? That's normal speed. It'll slow you down on the enemy, and then it'll take you back off it and rank you back up to your full speed. That's what normal aim assist does. The aim snapping is this is where I'm aiming right here. This is where I'm looking at my hip fire. The enemy's like right out in front of me. I ADS and it snaps me right on their heads. That's what the aim snapping does. It just snaps right onto people if you're close enough.
On their heads?
On their heads if you're close enough to their head, and on their chest if you're close enough to their chest. That's what the aim snapping does. That's what happens. That's what it looks like when it's full sensitivity. I have it personally. I have it all the way off because it's banned in the competitive play, so I have to have it all the way off because I record my POV. But
you can turn it off.
You can turn it off, but it's the player's choice to do it. I assume everybody I'm playing against has it on.
So from what I heard, in single player, it used to be on, and there was a notice that said in multiplayer this would be off. But
Correct.
now they sneaked this in. They ninja'd it in after, what was it, 5.2, right?
5.0, yeah. Or 5.2, yeah.
5.2, that's the whole TTK thing that we all know is for the Christmas noobs, and they keep telling you it's not. It's for numbers and churn. This is a complete lie because they did it before. But now they bring this other mechanic in that actually makes it easier for these noobs. Am I correct on that?
Correct. Makes it even easier. And then they said, oops, we apologize. And that's it.
They apologized?
Well, they're on Twitter. When I say they, like one of the devs did.
One of the devs apologized, but it's still
it said,
there.
Whoops, our bad. But we can't, like, you just turned it off. That's basically what they said.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So if
I don't ever see it leaving at this point, honestly.
So to make a comparison to like PC, what if we had that on PC? Wouldn't we get banned?
Yeah, probably. It's literally just snapping your aim onto the player models. Like if you were like an inch off or a couple pixels off to the right on your aiming when you ADS, it just snaps you onto their bodies. It was in BF4, by the way. This thing that I'm talking about, it was in BF4 console. Yeah.
Multiplayer.
Multiplayer. It wasn't. I don't think it. I don't know. I can't remember if it was as strong as it is now in Battlefield 5, but it was there, and I've used it then too. Specifically shotguns, because the shotguns you can just quick ADS on enemies and then shoot at the same time, and then you can just wipe out everybody.
You'll get most of the pellets onto the main mass. So man, I kind of wish I had that on PC, because sometimes we're getting like especially in BF1, we were like getting enemy hit 5. And we hit like 19 sometimes. We hit like an appendage or a foot, or it was all over the place, man. But yeah, that would have been really nice. But again, probably would have got banned for that, right? If they
for sure. If that was on PC. Oh no, for no way, dude. There's no way you're lasting like a week to put that on. Yeah,
for sure. So aim snap assist, it's probably not going to go away, which is very.
That's also on tanks, by the way, just so you know.
Oh, so everything that aims.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And the turrets as well.
Yeah.
And the gun emplacements.
All of it.
Mother of God.
It's there. Planes? I don't know about planes. Can't talk about planes, but all the other stuff.
Planes too? Yeah. Johnny P says, yeah, I don't know if it's true, but that's crazy. And is this something you guys are going to fight for the next Battlefield game, or for this game? I
just hope they don't have it. I don't know about right now with this game. I mean, it's up to Reddit if they want to fight for it or not. Like me talking about it, complaining about it every day is not going to really do a whole lot, you know?
Okay, yeah, this is very interesting because this affects competitive play. Now, how do you know everybody's has it turned off?
You really know if you have their POV recorded. The spectator doesn't really show. Spectator makes it look like everybody has it anyway. So, but you just hope that everybody's true to their word.
Do you think there's something they can add to the RSP or competitive that would have an indicator saying it would be on or off?
Yeah, they had it in other Battlefields. You could turn off aim assist. Simple as that.
Yeah, but you would know, like the people in the lobby would know if that's turned off.
Well, if you just enforce it, on the server itself, so that everybody that joins the server is forced to play with it on.
Right.
Like,
okay. Now that's not. We don't have that now, right?
We don't have that, but it was in other Battlefields.
And it's not in this one.
Not in this one.
But that's just aim assist.
Correct.
Not the snap.
Well, I would hope it would also affect the aim and snap as well.
It did it in older Battlefields?
Yeah, you could turn it off then too.
So it's like it's like two separate things you can turn off. Snap and assist.
As far as I know, yeah.
Wow. Okay. And that's not on the current Battlefield 5 RSP. Just want to make that clear, right?
That is correct. Current RSP is bare bones.
Let's add that Dice, because that seems to be an issue here with competitive play, which I'm going to talk about here a lot, pretty much. Let's just start with experience. in competitive for Battlefield 5, what is it like to set it up, to participate, maybe even to shoutcast? Tell me what is it like, and are there any problems or issues that come up every once in a while? How do we make this better?
It's a lot easier now than it was before RSP. Now you just have one person create the server with the proper maps, with the proper game, like the proper game mode, and then you have that person load in, and then that his teammates will load on him, and then after that, the other team starts loading in, and it'll automatically put them on the opposite team. And then you can just go once you got all the teams sorted out. On Xbox, I think you have it on Origin too, but on Xbox, if you go, like I say, on the wrong team here, if you're on the wrong team, you can go to their gamer tag, their profile, and just select it and switch join. Like you hit join game off of their gamer tag. I'm pretty sure the same thing on Origin. You can join off your friends in Origin. Same sort of system.
Yeah,
like if on the opposite team.
Yeah, if they're on the other
team.
team.
You can do the same sort of thing, except don't be friends, basically. So yeah, you have that to work with. And then as for spectator, the spectator cam is just as buggy as it is on PC. It runs at like 2 hertz. You know what I mean? So it's just as buggy looking. There are some graphical issues with the spectator cam. Steve has also had issues loading in as a spectator. So there are some issues. It's just general issues there. The 2X in particular is the one. It causes like just a fisheye like lens on all the entire time. It's like nearly impossible to get rid of for like a full round. So that sort of stuff. That's just glitches and bugs, that sort of thing. As for how you can make it better, I mean, give us the ability to change tickets, change time, change. Like more options when it comes to like vehicles, like if we can limit vehicles, if you can turn them on, turn them off, that sort of thing. Just moving people over from team to team as the server owner, that'd be great. But yeah, like that would be huge right there. That alone. What would be even bigger would be like if we could change flag locations, if we could change out of bounds systems, if we could change what stuff is allowed on certain maps, if we could just like fully disable, let's say, pack 40s on a map, that'd be huge for certain maps, stuff like that. If we could disable gadgets, disable guns, that sort of thing, disable, scopes if they're got banned, that sort of thing. So, we don't have any of that options right now, or none of those options are available to us. Apparently it was promised, it was like said coming soon all the time. They have tweeted that out in the past, that there's gonna be more server options in the future, but we are in the future now, so I don't know where they're at.
Yeah, we're gonna have to wait, I guess. The whole TTK debacle seems to be taking up most of their time apparently, and they actually put in time for the tank customization, which shouldn't even be a priority, because what about like things like competitive tools and rental server program tools? Those should be way higher than putting sandbags on my beautiful tank that are insanely overpowered.
I think one of the things they need to do with RSP as well, outside of competitive, but just within RSP itself, is have it so that quick play seeds servers first. So seeds the RSP servers first. That would be huge.
Right, it needs to be
servers alive.
It needs to be the official thing. It needs to be one of those tiles, like what's trending tiles.
Yeah. Maybe not even that. But like literally go play Conquest, and then you can load into a private server.
Right, and when you hit advanced search, it would be there. Like it would be like a mix, or it would showcase.
You can find it in the server browser.
You can, but you have to click. Yeah. You have to click the button like twice or something. It's very in the background kind of deal. So to make it where people can auto play, that's the only way it's gonna ever work, and that's how it's always been working in previous games. So that's gonna be. I can't believe, like, are people actually excited about tank customization right now when we have all these other issues? And one of the biggest issues that just recently hit. Competitive teams on Xbox are trying to load up onto specific maps, and then all of a sudden the maps got taken away because of some sort of loading error glitch, which cut all of your amazing maps in like more than half, right? Or amazing. The popular maps.
Well, if you were trying to play it today or watching other people play it today, basically you were able to load on, like today, you were able to load on servers and then maybe play around, and then you were in a perma load screen. or you try and load the server and be perma-load screen. That's what's happening before with the Squad Conquest servers or Squad Conquest maps. Those maps would pop in the rotation, perma-load screen the entire time, or your game would just crash. So what they decided to do, instead of actually fixing the issue, they just yoinked the maps. They just said goodbye, see you later. So they did remove some of the good maps, and a lot of the seasons that were scheduled, they got put on hold. I think, like I said, the Xbox is having a tourney at the end of this month. I think PlayStation's got some tourneys going on right now, or some sort of season going on. I think there was an ESB Invitational going. It's supposed to happen today. It got canceled because of server outage. I think Oceanic servers are having some sort of competitive thing going on today as well, or at least earlier in the day. So we're still trying, but listen, they're making it real tough, okay? They're making it real tough.
And coronavirus isn't helping out either, especially with traveling and whatnot. But
oh, man. I mean, I hope it doesn't get anywhere near the offices in Sweden. That would...
I hope it doesn't affect anybody going to TwitchCon, both in Amsterdam coming up and in San Diego, man, because people are planning. I'm planning on going. Are you?
I am too.
Going? Yeah,
100%. I'm planning on going. I'm like 90%. Like I had something about my plane ticket yet because of what's going on. I just want to see.
Yeah, I was just about to get that plane ticket, but I was like, well, god dang it, like.
Personally, I don't trust that it's going to miraculously disappear in a couple months. I don't trust that. So I'm going to wait a little bit longer before I make any sort of big purchases like that. About E3. Yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of the gaming conventions did get canceled. But it got like some sort of developer convention just got canceled. I think,
GDC, right?
GDC. Yeah, just got canceled. So, I mean, they're canceling some of these big conventions. I mean, rightfully so. Honestly, you don't want that sort of thing to spread like crazy, like wildfire.
It will, because
it's already spread. Yeah, it's inevitable, but like you don't want to encourage it.
I went last year and I got hella sick right after, and
I got lucky.
Like,
didn't get sick.
Like 4 of my other friends that went got sick. Yeah, I got the TwitchCon-itis. So I hope that doesn't happen this time around. I'm gonna bring my Pepto this time. Every time, okay. Because it was like stomach issues, and then it turned into like a cold after. It was a nightmare for sure. But yeah,
I mean, hey, what Cookie said, staying in sale all night. Listen, 33 days straight. All right, that's all I'm saying. What's outside? I'm gonna do it again. There we go.
Outside is dangerous and full of dangerous things.
Just don't like it.
Stay inside, be happy, play video games with us. Perfect. Watch Twitch.
Yeah.
Watch EnergizedKnight on Twitch. Hell yeah, dude. We're beating the virus together, strong, right? Together, strong. Okay, so more on comp play. You have played on several different teams, or a couple teams, or what?
I played on 2 teams. So when I first started streaming Battlefield 5, there wasn't on a team because I was playing BF 4 and the previous competitive scene was on BF 1, right? So all the BF 1 teams came out of Battlefield 5, or at least majority of them. And I wasn't on a team for about 2 months, and then another streamer came by my stream, saw I was popping off, fragging out, all that sort of stuff, and he was like, "Hey, you want to join a competitive team?" So like, yeah, sure, I'll give it a whirl. So I joined Apex Predator Esports was the name of the team, and I was just a lowly medic. I was just out there being a revive bot, and then I eventually got better and better, and then the team fell apart, and I joined up with. Well, it's just a splitting off of key players sort of thing. But I got picked up from there along with a couple of my teammates onto SF, aka Skyfall, and I've been down on SF ever since. That was back in May. Around May is when they broke up, and then I joined Skyfall.
How's the league going for Skyfall? What you got placements, or has that all been canceled on hold, or what's going on with that?
Well, we're in between seasons right now, in between tournaments and seasons. But we're usually in the top 4. When it comes to tournaments and regular seasons. Past tournament, I'm pretty sure I finished second, if my memory serves me correctly. Pretty sure we finished second in the tournament, so we get some good showings.
Who is your adversary? Who is like, God damn it, we keep losing these guys?
Well, the 3 teams that were in the top 4, the 3 other teams, a lot of them have dropped a lot of players since the last tournament. Either to other video games or to PS4, because PS4's competitive scene is more live than that on Xbox. But there's 3 of them: CSL, PT, PG. Those are the 3 teams that were, and then SF were the top 4 teams, I would say, for a while there. But like I said, a lot of them have switched to different platforms or switched games entirely.
You have an arch nemesis, EnergizedKnight?
I wouldn't say so. No. I mean, there's some players that always kill me, and it makes me a little upset, and I gotta get better than them. But nah, don't let the emotions get better of you, right?
Gotcha. Okay, I was just wanting to ask. Also, did you ever shoutcast before, or it was just playing?
No, I've never shot guys. I just played.
Gotcha. Okay, just wanted to know. All right. So we talked about the maps being taken out. So how many are left for? Are you guys gonna perhaps wait for 6.2 to come out? Hopefully they have those maps back and play on the new
Let me go
ones.
pull the map pool real quick. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I wonder if they added the Solomon Islands on there.
Okay, we don't play in the Pacific maps. Those are
You don't-
banned
oh.
already.
Oh,
The tanks can just 2-tap other tanks with the right upgrades. They're also just bad maps. Let's see. Let me try to find the map pool here real quick.
all Pacific banned. Like just
Ban, dude. Ban 'em.
Easy ban. Easy ban. Yeah, the borders, the actual play borders are insanely huge. I especially on Solomon Islands, I just don't understand that one at all. And TDM as well. You guys don't do TDM, do you?
No, not right now.
Is it just Squad Conquest?
Just squad. Well, no. Okay, so it's a squad conquest. And we do 6v6 and 8v8. 6v6 is going to be no vehicles, right? 8v8 is going to be vehicles if the map has them. Unless it's like Mercury, we don't use tanks on Mercury at all.
Good.
And then we also do. Some teams do 10v8 or 12v12 front lines every now and again, or 16v16 if they have enough players. And then same thing goes for conquest as well, large conquests, either 12v12 or 16v16 if they have enough players. And then occasionally you have some of the more casual platoons do full 64, 32v32 conquest with like no rules, which I would never play, but that's out there. So yeah, like essentially the maps we're basically playing off right now are like Loft and Provence, and I can't think of the other one right now, but it's the third one in there we play on. But essentially no tank map, right? No tank maps right now. So yeah.
That's crazy. Like, I remember when they were doing the incursion stuff in Battlefield 1. And
I never got to play that, unfortunately. Wish I would.
Yeah. Oh, one of the big pillars of it was tanks. It was like just part of it for some reason. Now, when you guys do the 8v8, you said you sometimes add tanks and whatnot.
The maps that we use tanks on are going to be Hamada and Eras. Those are going to be the two we use tanks on.
Okay, and so what are the experiences like with tanks on competitive?
Well, heavy tanks are banned in 8v8s, so that's good. We do have specialization limits, so some of the tanks have flares. You can't use flares, not allowed to use flares at all on any of the classes anyway. So you can't use flares in the tanks. Yeah, no, it's just a matter of if you're playing assault and you're trying to get near it to throw dynamite on the tank and blow it up, because usually what happens in a tank v tank battle, it's just the tank v tank. The tanks are going to have reps, and you can just out-rep the damage, so it's not like anything's really going to happen there. If you want your tank to kill their tank, you have to catch their tank out of position or catch them off guard. Otherwise, it's just a back and forth of let me try and kill your rep man type of thing. But I what I do is I'm an assault player, and my job is to run the AC flags. I don't go to the E flag at all on the squad conquest maps. So I'm between A and C flag. And if I see the tank, I hunt that tank. I kill a lot of tanks. That's my job.
Do you find yourself just by yourself being effective against certain tanks?
Yes, by myself, going after tanks. Yep. There's a clip on the channel. It's like a 45-second clip of me going after a tank, like shows the setup and everything. It's right at the beginning of the round. Yeah, I'll get you the clip real quick.
Yep, let's see it. Because I feel like PC. Hey, listen up, PC competitive players. If you're anyone that's left,
just kill the tank, LOL.
ban the flares, like they did. Okay, a lot of people were contemplating about that. Get rid of the flares, and man, I don't think anybody feels comfortable going 1-on-1 or one person versus a tank in PC. Is just don't even try. Okay, let's see.
So this is a matter of just catching the tank. This is the beginning of a round, by the way. Very beginning of a round. It's a matter of catching the tank off guard, outwitting the tank.
So
this is from 8 months ago. This is a while ago.
03, very long beard.
They're already on the road. Italian.
Yes.
The tank's all the way over here on me.
Damn,
So
you're
I know
Tanks-
this is
I hear the
I
tank
know
out
this is
here.
a spot the tank goes to every single time. So I'm committed.
There's a tank right on top of me.
Oh,
Tanks down, tanks down, tanks down.
And there you go.
well, you can't do that now, right?
What? Kill a
You
tank with
can't-
your dynamite?
Yeah, you can't do that now.
No, you can.
I don't think can we do that on PC?
That's a medium tank. Yeah, so you can kill the medium tank through dynamite. Yeah.
No way, dude. I
Yeah.
don't.
3 still
It
works.
still works.
Yeah.
Oh, we can. Oh man,
As
not
long as
on
you're on
PC.
As
See,
long as you're
ev-
on the tank, they should work.
Everybody.
It's a medium tank, not a heavy.
Oh.
It's a medium. Heavies are banned. So
But what
there's no
you
heavies.
said, what you said on the tank, like stick them on the tank.
Yeah, it's got to be on the tank.
Okay. See, that's probably what it is, guys. You can't with 3 dynamite. You can with 1 Piat 3 dynamite. But like you said, like Energized said, 3 dynamite on the tank. Does it have to be in a specific location?
No,
Energized?
they all do the same damage. At least in my experience, they all do the same damage no matter where you put them. As long as you get 3 on there, it'll kill a tank. It's a medium tank.
Throw an AT grenade into mix. Yeah, AT does quite a bit of damage.
Took you 40 to kill a stallion. Dynamite wasn't on there then.
Yeah, that's weird because tanks have changed quite a bit 8 months ago.
Yeah.
You know?
But no, you can still do what I just did. As long as you get the dynamite onto the tank, it's sticking on the tank, you can do it.
Okay.
Of course,
Well,
there are
there you go.
specializations on certain tanks where if you chuck it on the tank, it just rolls right off. That's a specialization the tank has, and then it won't be able to do it. Like you can't get it with 3 then, because the dynamite has then rolled off the tank and does less damage.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah. Not
Again,
a
not on a tiger. Heavy
tank.
tanks, heavy tanks, no, out of the question. Can't do it on heavy tanks. But that was a medium tank. That was specifically a medium tank. So
Where is that clip of you running around here? Oh, this is a go in here. Check this out. This is part of a very long kill streak here with the FG42. Now let's compare.
oh yeah, this one. Okay,
this is
so
last
this is
year.
Yeah, listen. This is when they were starting to make initial changes to some of the weapons, and they just buffed the FG42 and reduced recoil on it. I don't know why they thought it was going to be a good idea, but they did that at this time.
Those were the days, man.
Yeah. So this thing was an absolute animal, and before this gun was before this clip here, or before this game, before this patch, the FG42 wasn't seeing a whole lot of competitive time. And then I used it for this one round. I was like, "Yep, this is going to be the next competitive gun that everybody's going to use," and that's what it turned into. Once the Lewis gun got banned in most competitive games, this is what everybody went to immediately because this thing was just blatantly overpowered.
Oh yeah. For those who are post 5.2 babies here on Battlefield 5, this is what it used to be like. This is why the Reddit, the Twitters are on fire right now when people just saying revert. This is what it's like. Here, check this out.
I think there were a squad of 4 competitive players in this server, by the way. I
Protect.
don't know if I encountered them in this clip, but oh yeah, I
The
did.
tiger
One at the
just
beginning as
destroyed
There's
them, dude.
your tiger tank right
Oh
there.
man, I wanted those guys. Unlucky. I was bipoded. FG42.
But yeah, I was
nuts,
specifically
dude.
going around testing this to
just
see what
big
like the
nut.
vertical recoil is on it. This is essentially the same amount of recoil it is now in the
I already love
game,
this gun. This is
essentially,
already my favorite
except more damage.
Yeah, it's
support weapon.
That's how much they reduced it by.
Oh my
It
gosh.
feels pretty much like the amount of recoil on it feels and looks exactly the same as it is right now. But the guns now have less
Getting
damage.
love.
So
Buff to shotguns, buff to FG42. Are you get liberated?
liberated that man. You still rocking that liberator? Damn.
no, I'm done with that thing, man. Got my 300 kills and I'm out.
2 people? You killed 2 people with
Crazy.
1 clip? Oh, man.
Crazy.
This is outrageous. Oh, man. But yeah, it keeps going. I think you went, what do you say, 117 and 18. Let's just skip to
And
the
we drew.
end here.
And we
And it was a
tied.
draw on front
The
lines.
draw.
Another thing that has come and gone from Battlefield. Ah, you're still in the same area, too. Let's
No
see.
recoil on FG42. Kind of cheating, bro.
Lost it. I think we're
Kinda
gonna
cheating,
Kinda
bro.
cheating, bro.
by the way.
You hear your footsteps pretty good on these quieter game modes.
Pretty sure that's about to happen here. There's only a minute left.
Well, with my headset that I have,
Now the
like
team
whenever I'm
destroyed
playing,
enemy.
I have the game up higher than I do like anything else, so I'm able to hear a lot of footsteps no matter what. Now footsteps, of course, still don't work still sometimes, but
Sometimes.
nah, like I'll make a call out on stream that like, all right, there's a guy next to me, and Chad just has no idea what I'm talking about. It's like, oh, you got wall hacks, bro? Nah, I just hear him.
No, didn't do enough
So.
damage.
That was quick. That was like a little 2 burst right there. That was interesting. Let's see if I can play that again. That's how quick the time to kill was.
Actually be
Pop, pop.
overpowered.
You had to be careful when I'm trying to get liberated kills.
The 4 bullet to
You
kill.
had to be careful not to kill him, you know, with the FG42.
What we have now is 5 to 13. No. They actually changed it, I believe. It was now it's
It was 5 to 13. I think it's 5.
5-13.
No. I think it's 5
5
to. I thought it was 5 to 9 or 4 to 9.
4 to 9. Yeah, something like that. And now the next one's gonna be 4 to 7. Yeah, okay. That's a good middle ground. I think.
I don't know what this was in this highlight, but like it's not too far off from 4 to 7.
No,
Maybe
this is
like 4
this
to
is
6.
pre. Yeah, this is
Yeah, I
this
know,
is
but
pre.
But like I want to know what we're going to get into here, you know, with the 6.2 with the FG42. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what are we about to have? What type of animal are they creating in that lab over there? You know?
We don't know. I'm going to talk about it tomorrow. I got some inside knowledge about that, but right now officially it's 4 to 7 bullets to kill past 30 meters or something like that, and it'll keep going higher and higher. But
I don't know what they're gonna do with the recall on the FG42, but if it's still close to what we have right now, we'll start complaining about it again.
we'll see about that. We'll see.
Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with the recall. So
yeah.
I'm in the dark.
So
on that.
so about the gun bound. So you've been through every gun, right? Obviously, and you mastered them. You got them all to gold, right?
Yeah,
all to gold. Okay, I've ran into some issues. I tried to
get. Well, my issues were bugs. Not like the assignment not tracking properly, but the assignment just never popping up. For me to go everyone 5 last assignment and the ZH29 last assignment, there's just literally never popped up in my inventory. So there's only 2 I'm missing, I guess, if you want to say that. There's nothing to do about it.
The other one that I was doing was it was an LMG gun. I think type 11.
Oh, type 11, okay.
I think it was type type 97. Sorry, type 97. Okay. And I think it's the second to last one. And I think it's a kill beyond 50 meters. And then I forget how many. I think it's 20 for one of them, and the other one is 6 in 1 life.
Yeah, that one, my life one didn't track, so I had to get a 20 in a round.
Yeah. The 20 in the round is a nightmare.
That was a good time.
It's really hard. I tried 3 hours straight and I couldn't do it because the servers were so
Did you do the S06 when it first came out? You want to talk about an experience? Do you remember, did you do this one? Let's talk about this one.
Don't
so
think. No, I also had he said don't do it, so I did it.
LS26 also had an assignment that was kill over 50 meters. The catch was it only counted headshot kills.
Oof. At over 50.
Over 50 meters, yes. Now, luckily, it counted the in 1 life, so I was able to get it done in 1 life. And also, luckily, this is before 5.2, so it was a 3 headshot to kill at that range. Now it's a 4, so good luck to anybody who hasn't had that assignment done yet. I think they fixed it, actually. I think they went back and fixed it, but it took them like 2 months to fix it. So I just brute force. I got it done. 10-hour stream, but I got it done.
Yeah, they did it.
A lot of Hamada. A lot of Hamada played that day.
Hamada, yeah. Probably a lot of people at that time, maybe you can still get those in combined arms, right?
I think that one specifically said PvP.
I see. Yeah, in the past, you could have gotten all those assignments doing competitive or combined arms. Sorry,
I didn't do a single one in combined arms because I stream it, so I ain't gonna cheat on stream.
Yeah, screw that. Even though it wasn't, it's not really. It's just like a quick. Yeah, you don't want to stoop to that level.
Nah, it's about the experience, chat. Come on.
Yeah, shit. Imagine streaming that and going, "Oh, I did it!" No. Okay, so what was your favorite gun to complete at any time in Battlefield, no matter what the TTK?
The Panzerbusch. I'm kidding. I'm trying to think right now. Let's see which one. I mean, The LMGs is super easy to get gold. The thing with the SARs is the last assignment's headshot kills an objective, so those are pretty annoying. The same thing with SLRs, same with bolt actions. So those are terrible. I hate those. Honestly, SMGs you don't have to change your playstyle up too much. So probably the Tommy gun. Honestly, you have to change your playstyle up too much. You can there's just a hip fire assignment sort of thing, and like on objective kills type assignment, and that's about it. But like all the other ones, they have some weird assignments where you got to change your playstyle in order to get them. So probably the SMGs are the easiest to get gold, most enjoyable to get gold. And Tommy gun, Tommy gun's the gun that got the most kills on right now. So I have like 14,000 kills on Tommy gun. Still love it.
The Tommy was fun, but nowadays I'm not.
I can still use it, but it's nowhere near as effective. I'd rather use a Type 2A.
Yeah, Type 2A. Yeah, welcome. That's the big thing. It's a big hype right now.
I see the commando carbon's been brought up in chat. We're not going to talk about that, okay? All right. Talk about that. Please don't. Listen, the day I got that gold, there were hit reg issues that day. Okay, it was not a good time.
Okay, we're bringing up bad memories for Energized now.
Bad memories, man.
Okay. So this whole assignment stuff. Do you want to see something like this again for the next game, or what's going on here?
The idea of assignments, sure. How they work, no. How they work right now, hell no. Nah. Let me get some sort of integration while I'm playing the game. I don't have to back out of the menus constantly. I mean, it's been preached since day one as the game came out. I'm sure all the EA game changers talked about it the day the game came out. Hell, the EA game changers talk about changing the playable playable areas and front lines. But I guess they don't listen to those guys. Some of them actually have good ideas. They're not all a certain person.
True.
Some of them have actually good ideas. Again, the assignments thing is one of them. Let me change assignments while I'm actually playing the game. Don't make them as annoying. Honestly, there's a theory I saw a while ago about how some of these assignments seem like they've just been auto-generated by a bot. If that's true, that needs to go. Actually, sit somebody down who plays the game and be like, all right, this is what the assignment. This is a pretty good assignment right here. Have them write it out, and then maybe actually check it before you put it in the game. Just get out of the bot's hands.
Yeah, I think I agree with that. I think they just had it all on a board, and then they just kind of copied and pasted it for every weapon type or something. But yeah, I agree. Assignments should be custom developer. Or wait, how do I say? Yeah.
Listen, I'll do it. Yeah. Listen, I live in Orlando. There's an Orlando playtest building right here. I'll go drive over there. I'll go write out some assignments for them. It won't be that hard.
Okay, so let's say they had an LMG in Battlefield 6. Let's say the M60. What kind of assignments would you put on the M60 for Battlefield 6?
It depends what we're unlocking with it. If we're doing this gold assignment system where you unlock parts of the gun at a time, you have to need a couple different things on there. If you're doing a dog tag system, it could just be, accruing a certain amount of kills over time to get the dog tag, just like I like before. But if you're going to do an LMG that has a bipod on it of any sorts, you're going to have a bipod assignment. Don't need the range assignments. Those need to just be gone. The range assignments for majority of the weapons don't really work too well. I'm okay with a hip fire and headshot assignment. That's okay. Especially if there's some sort of hip fire upgrade to it, that makes it even better. The first one in the games in the Battlefield right now is a damage assignment. That's fine. Second one's a kill assignment. Usually, just get kills. That one's fine too. The last one's usually like a longer kill streak type assignment. I'm okay with that as well. The middle ones are the ones that give people the most trouble. But yeah, just like you can do objective, you can do hip fire, you can do headshot. I'm okay with that. No more range ones though. The range ones are super annoying. Force me to play under 10 meters with certain guns is stupid. So.
But even some of the ones you mentioned change up your play style. Do you think that's beneficial to helping a person play better on like
the hip fire and like the bipod ones? I think it's it could just you could take it from the viewpoint of this is what this gun can do. If it's a gun that is good at hip firing, you put a hip fire assignment on there. If it's an LMG in particular that already has a bipod on it, have a bipod on assignment. It's like, hey, this option, this play style is available to you. It's not it sort of is forcing you to do it if you want to get through a wall. But I feel like the idea of it being forced upon you is really shown a lot more whenever you have to back out of the game to get the assignments on. You know what I mean? So
right. I think
if you could just change over the next assignment while you're in game and be like, all right, now for a little bit here for this life, I'm gonna go bipod and go some people like that. That's fine. I think that's fine. Yeah. You don't have to change your playstyle too much for bipod kills. I feel like, at least me personally.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do. Is but for specific guns, I think they should have tailored it more to that gun to give it more character. And
Yes.
even some specializations, they kind of done that. They've added certain specializations that are unique to only that weapon, like either a bayonet or a suppressor,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Emogaran, that stuff.
Emogaran has the explosive part of it. That's really cool, and I'm glad they kept that up. But for vanilla guns, everything was copy paste. Everything had like the same assignments, the same type of specializations for certain classes. Maybe at launch they should have more customization to bring the life out of that specific weapon. Like the AK-47 can only do these types of things, or the M4 can only do these. Do you think that's a good direction, or should we just go back to BF4 and keep it?
We go back to BF4. That's my preferred system. Let's go back to BF4. Have the particulars, the attachments you put on the gun change how the gun works. Don't need to do specializations. Don't need a tree like that.
You see how easy it is to start reinventing the wheel, kind of thing. Just go back, dude. You already invented the wheel. It was called BF4. It was called BF3. Like, you did this already. Stop going down the rabbit hole, thinking up things like incursions, or
I will say though that the current system Battlefield 5 is better than that of Battlefield 1 when it comes to weapon customization. That's my opinion. I absolutely hate weapon variations.
Yeah,
absolutely hate it.
Right. And just us brainstorming these assignments and things, man. We had some great ass assignments in the older games too, and I think BF2 was. It's an older game, really older game, and it was really hard to get certain things. But man, you had that challenge of trying to achieve that, and all you had to do was play that class or that role to the best you can, and it pushed you right up to the end of the match. And it only happened in that really balanced match to do it. Like, let's say you wanted to play Commander, like you had to do like 50 commander points or something. That's if you do something right with it by the end in one round, kind of thing. It has to be your most amazing commander round ever, and you would fail like 99% of the time. It was that hard. And so when you got that medal, it felt like you earned it, right? But now we're down to weapon assignments that gives us one skin that is a gold skin or anything. It doesn't come with any other benefits as you keep playing with it. I feel like what Call of Duty did, Modern Warfare. What do you think about that earning system?
In terms of their skins, I'm not overly familiar with it. The one that I remember specifically playing a lot of was Black Ops 2, which was like, get headshots and stuff, and you can get the gold assignments or the gold skins on the guns, and then eventually, if you got all the gold skins for the class, you would get a diamond skin for the class for all the guns in the class. But I'm not overly familiar with how Modern Warfare works. It's probably something similar to that, where you got to do certain assignments to get certain skins, and then once you get all the skins, you get a special skin on top of that as well.
Do you care about weapon skins?
It's not of the most important to me. I do like the idea of assignments, though. I like assignments a lot. If it's going to unlock weapon skins, and so be it. If it unlocks something else, then I'll still go for it. I care primarily about the assignments, just having me, give me something to do. That's why the dog tag thing from Battlefield 4, it's just something to do. The weapon skins, I don't buy any of the weapon skins for Boyns. I've never bought a weapon skins for Boyns. I'll buy them with company coins if they come in the army and available for company coins. But aside from that, I'm good on weapon skins. They're not important to me.
So go back to the whole BF4 thing: play, kill, get attachments.
Yep, I like attachments.
Okay, so I think that why they went away from that was
too
because
complicated.
It was too hard.
Listen, if you design the game to have it so that way the information about the attachments is in the game, so you don't have to use a third-party website to figure out what's the best thing to run on my gun, then people will learn the system. You don't just integrate it into the game. Actually show the hard stats. Don't give me just like, oh, this gun does a little bit less damage at range when you put this attachment on there, but it also does this. Don't do that. Give me the actual hard stats. Let me know exactly what I'm losing out on and where I'm losing out on. Yeah, so
it's part of that when you're filling out those what do you call the things that they come every once in a while?
The service.
No, not the live service.
No surveys.
Survey. That's it. Surveys. Yeah. Sorry. When they bring out those surveys every once in a while, they always ask like, how can we improve our communication? That's like usually the one thing I add on there is just tell us how this gun behaves. Tell us what
Yeah,
it
I
does when
wish,
we do this
you know,
on there.
listen, Simtic is fantastic, and
Yeah.
props to those guys for able to get all the information on the website and easy to comprehend. But let's just have it in the game. Have some sort of system like that in the game. Like, why can't we have those graphs in the game? Why can't Dice provide that for us?
Yeah.
I just feel like that should be in the game, but it's just not.
What about, okay, someone brought up this. I totally forgot about this. Zara brought up the 5 different types of suppressors, but they all do the same thing. It's pretty much like just a skin, right?
Yeah, it's just a visual thing. If people want to put a Russian suppressor on their Russian weapon, then they can do it.
But do you want to go more in depth when it comes to like the 5 different suppressors
like
all do different things when it comes to like noise or range? Or just
I mean,
they
simple? Could, but I think that'd be overcomplicating things, honestly. Again, they would have to put that information into the game. That'd be right there on the UI that this is what this suppressor does compared to this suppressor. If you're gonna go that route, otherwise, I'm content with it just being a cosmetic type thing.
Okay, all right, cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it about cosmetics and whatnot. We kind of went off of like a different tangent on that. What do you think about the whole team balancer issue going on in pub servers?
Wait, is it team balancer? Huh? Who?
Well, I think there is.
It's very, very minimal, man. It's super minimal. Like, listen, okay, so I'll tell you about the today. Today, I joined a server, random server, completely random server. I had 3 people load onto me from my stream, right? So it's just one of our squads. We finished out the round. It was like our team was already winning when we joined in, won by like a total 100 tickets. We go on the next round. We decimate their team and win by 632 tickets on errors. Okay, and Conquest, 632 tickets. You want to know what happens next round in Merida? Half their team leaves the game. They have 20 people. Our team's still full. No one switched. Like no odd balancer at all. No, nothing happened. Listen, my squad, we switched over and then we won the game from the Merida side. Or we lost the game by like 5 tickets and then we won the next rounds. But why wasn't there a team balancer? Like, why wouldn't have swapped it up? Why wouldn't it be either now? Why wouldn't have done something? 632 tickets. You start with 700 or something like that, right? 632. Yeah.
There's no adaptive team. Okay, so when you start a new round, it balances out, but it doesn't rebalance once before the match starts. Yeah, people just leave because that's just what's normal. Like I'm done for the night but it doesn't rebalance all the way up as the clock is counting down. That could be something they could look at and keep doing whatever that first initial balance is. Like keep that going throughout until the game starts, pretty much. And the other problem would be during mid round or close to end, where I don't know, maybe there's a hacker or something on PC or a huge stack that's just murdering everybody, and around 20 minutes in the game, half the team's gone. Maybe then again it should kick in just like it did in BF1, called a mid-round balancer.
Really had in BF1? That's pretty neat.
I know,
I'm gonna bring that over. All right. So here's my ideal situation for a team balancer. It's a very, very cut and dry. It's very bare bones, but it's something more than we have right now. Again, people hate the idea of an aggressive team balancer. Someone brought up BF4. The BF4 team balancer is usually handled by the server owner or some sort of plugin like that, typically. So that can be overly aggressive though at times. So people hate the idea of an overly aggressive team balancer. What I would do, let's say at the end of a round, the team wins by 400 tickets. I'm going to put the mark at 400. Some people put it 350, 300, but I'm put it at 400. At the end of the round, one bet's 400 tickets. You take the top 4 squads. All right. You look at their points, just their points accumulated on the top 4 squads. Or you can look at other factors one too. Their overall KD, their overall kills. But you take the top 4 squads based on sort of system, and then you balance according to that. Just the top 4 squads. Because honestly, I don't know about your experience, but in most of my servers, it's usually just the top 2 squads that are actually making a difference in the game.
Okay.
I don't know if you agree with that or not. But so let's say the all 4 of the best squads were on one team. So you're going to take the first and the fourth and put them on the other team, leave second and third on the same team. So there you go. You got that a little bit even out right there. Let's say the second and third, or let's say the first and second on the same team, you're gonna, and then third and fourth on the opposite team, you're gonna even it out. You know, switch the fourth and the second around. Switch that around real quick.
Skill base. It'll be by skill base. They'll look up
Not
the
necessarily
computer
skill,
will look up
but
a
it's,
number, or
I
just
wouldn't
how
say
they're
it's
doing that round.
skill. But I would, like I said, at the end of a round, if it like a, you know, you got like 4 squads, all of them got like 2v1s, you should probably separate if they're all on the same team. You know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at here. Is I don't look at their squad points because that's a pretty good indicator of how well they're playing, in my opinion. You can also, again, you could also make it off of KD of the squad. The idea though of keeping the squads together, I think is pretty important. Pretty important thing. People would say I'm most with my friends, so you keep the squad together. You don't break up the squads. But like if you're stacking 4 squads into a server and your only defense is, but I'm playing with friends, you're stacking a server still. Just team balance it out, please. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. That's happened a lot in BF4, and that was mostly controlled by admins.
Yeah,
who would split those squads up.
Again, the system, what I'm talking about here is very cut and dry. It's very basic, but I feel like it's better than we have right now, honestly. And then as for just getting enough people onto one team, so outside of those 4 squads, you would just keep auto balancing until you have even players at the start of the round, not like while you're loading the round, but the very start of the round, once the timer is gone all the way down. So if someone does spawn in and the timer's still counting down and they need to be team swapped, they're going to get team swapped and they can spawn back in on the opposite team, but it's going to happen. But yeah, you just got to all balance the teams. I don't want to see any more 32v20. I don't want to see the beginning of a round at all.
So that would be like the very minimum thing they could probably.
The very minimum. This is very, very minimum. This is just me, you know, 2 brain cells putting them out there, and it's something more than what it feels like we have right now.
Of what brain cells we have left. Yeah, I agree. It should be something around the beginning. You know, you didn't say while it's loading, right when it ends, you say?
No, the way you just described it is that the auto balancer currently, how it currently works is that auto balances while you're loading, right? Is that the way you described it?
Only while it's transitioning.
Yes, what I'm saying is keep it auto balancing until, like, it just in terms of strictly numbers of people on one team. Keep that going until the pre-round is over with.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's pretty much it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Someone said EnergizedKnight. Yeah, he is a UCF Knight. Yeah, I'm UCF Knight. And that's just their logo. So yeah, EnergizedKnight, you have shared a newer logo. I have with your Discord. So you're redesigning.
Yes,
so, do you want to show it off or hold off on the full design?
You got it. Go ahead and flash it up on there on the screen.
It's small on my end, but let's see.
It's all on your end?
I think I still have it. Let me see here.
But yeah, I need to move away from the UCF logo. It is a school I'm attending, but I gotta get away from it if I ever want to launch merch or have any sort of monetization around the logo of the channel.
It's over your face a little bit.
There it is. But there's a new logo. It's pretty clean. It's pretty crisp. I'm liking it. So we're gonna change the color scheme to this like the gold and blue, with a little bit of white accents. We're gonna have that sort of a scheme going on, but that's gonna be it right there. It's pretty. I think it's pretty crisp, honestly.
It's pretty slick. Yeah. I was like, whoa, ESPN's come knocking down your door.
Yeah, and you had me for a second. When you said that, and I went and looked, and it's like, the E is similar, but the rest of the letters, when it comes to the rest of the alphabet, for this particular, for this particular letter set, it's nothing like ESPN's. So ESPN's, their line goes through all the letters, like uniform, like all the way through. In this letter set that have been sent here, it doesn't go through all the letters all the way through. So like you can see the K right there, doesn't go through the K. So all the letters are worked exactly the same. So I think it looks pretty good.
Sick. It looks sick, dude. I'm liking it. Okay. I got some funny clips here I want to show you guys.
Oh, let's go for it.
This one's the first time you've ever encountered one of those 2D models of like kind of look like a ghost or something.
Okay, so there was the Invisible Soldier thing, which happened to everybody, right? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one was when there was a skin in the game you could equip that would cause this to happen.
Yes, I think.
Yeah, and Chad didn't believe me, and then I got it up close and personal with it. So
I think this is it here. Yeah, fun glitches. Let's see.
Oh, is it though? Is the red one? Might be a different one. Let me see.
It was like a 2D model.
Oh no, this is just the loading
That was
at the
weird.
beginning. But
Wow.
there was another clip. That's the same. But where that guy, what that guy was doing right there, you could have that permanently the entire round.
Right.
Remember that at
I
all?
forget what it was called. Do you guys remember what the? It
I
started
can
with
go
an
find that clip real quick.
S.
It was made, but I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the skin.
Yeah, I think it sounded. It was way long time ago when the game
Yeah.
first came out. It was like after
I can.
Ruvito. That's it.
Here it
Ruvito.
is. I found that clip.
Not with an S. What am I talking about? Martese bro got it. Yeah, Ruvito.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
for the Germans.
Yeah, that skin was super annoying. So there you go. I sent you the clip.
Let's see.
That was me encountering it, and then I like it. Like there it is. You know.
That's violent right there. We're gonna have a Phantom Soul. Look at him. Look at that.
Yeah.
Dog, you better clip that, dog. I know you're here.
Clip that, dog.
Yeah, see, look, it's violent right there. We're gonna have a Phantom Soul. Look at him.
Just seeing him move in the background, I was like,
Walking corpse.
He's coming for me.
We already watched that. This is another the World War III. You played that for a
Oh
little
my
bit.
god.
This
Over
is,
3, dude.
World War III is just it's a third. It's not AAA game. It's like a
No, it's an indie Polish team.
indie Polish team, and
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty fun.
The first week of it, man, you couldn't get into a server.
Oh
So
Jesus!
that was a good time.
So you were trying like to team kill or something happened here?
Yeah, we got into an empty server because the servers are crashing, just like they do in Battlefield 5. But no, we just me and my friend, and we were just messing around, testing stuff out, and I eventually was like, all right, let me try and hit you. So, and then this happened.
Let's see.
What if there's a friendly melee?
Just the idea of a friendly melee is hilarious, man.
Yep, it is.
The ragdoll.
Just the sound it made and plus the
flying
ragdoll.
like sideways.
Great.
What if there's a friendly melee?
You're strong. Oh,
Yep, it
The
is.
ragdoll, dude. The ragdoll.
Sent him flying, man. Sent him flying. But it's funny because you do that, and then there's another clip of me. I was trying to melee an enemy, and it took me 5 hits to kill them with a melee. So,
what? Like with the butt of the gun or something?
yeah, I tried to just same melee button, just right behind him on his back, and he's just chilling, and I'm trying to melee him. Takes 5 hits. That's 20 damage per. Makes no sense.
Now, World War III was, I think, what this team was trying to do, be a competitor with the current Battlefield. And
Yeah, they rushed it.
they had conquest kind of feel on it and a whole bunch of gadgets and stuff. Were there? I never played it, but were there any things or I don't know features in World War III that are like, dude, Battlefield needs this? Like immediately.
Not necessarily need, but unique assets or unique features to the game. They had a weight system in the game, so if you wanted to, you could run around with dual 50 cal with all the armor in the world. I did it. And you could it was supposed to make you heavier in the game, make you slower. It wasn't really a whole lot slower. So a lot of people were running around full armor and like the biggest weapons they could find. But I mean, the idea of a weight system, it's cool. I don't know if it would really work in Battlefield. Outside of that, nah. I mean, they were known for the kill streaks they had in the game. They actually had kill streaks in there. The tanks were kind of powerful. That sounds familiar. Not really. Wouldn't really say huge features that would bring over World War III into Battlefield 5 or any of the future Battlefield.
Damn, I was kind of rooting for
Hang
that game.
on, actually, 5-man
Yeah.
squad system. There you go. That's what I bring over. That's
Wait,
a
so
revolutionary idea, man. 5-man squad system. That's
Oh,
big.
my
Like I've
God.
never seen that before in a video game. World War III first to do it. We got to bring that over.
No.
Yeah, 5-man, dude.
Too
5-man.
many.
Now hear me out. All right, listen. You got 4 friends. How are you gonna play Battlefield 5 together? You can't. All right. Next Battlefield gotta be a 5-man squad.
I think in BF2 it was 6 to 8 or something in the squad.
Really?
I think it was crazy. Yeah, back in the day,
Yeah.
they went overboard with that, and you can't spawn on your squad mates. Only on the
spawn on
squad leader.
Yeah.
Leader only. Those are the days, man. But
Steve brought up here that World War III did
Yeah.
have a pretty in-depth weapon customization, but it didn't really do a whole lot. You could just run the best attachments with no penalty, so it wasn't really balanced properly.
so
the
like
penalty was supposed to be weight. The idea was weight to make you slower, easier to hit, but they didn't really code it to have you run slower. So
You
pretty
described
much just as fast.
the beginning of the weapon attachment for Battlefield 5. You just went for the best. Remember?
Yeah.
You remember the tree that they had, dude?
Yeah.
There was no like, as if you guys don't know, at the beginning of Battlefield 5, it was all a strict upgrade to all of your guns the more you play with it. There's no downside to any of the upgrades or the specializations you would have. It was a totally different system. They were even gonna put in the mechanic of what was it? Every soldier had its own attributes or perk system.
Yeah, they're still in the game. It's a combat rules. There's still combat rules in the game,
rules.
2 per class. They're supposed to expand upon that after the game release. Supposed to be more per class. Actually, it's supposed to be some sort of like system that was going to be like impactful, some sort of impact on the game. Really, only ones that actually make a difference. I mean, okay, so the ones on these. I mean, do you want to go through them at all?
Sure.
On the assault class, you have the option of either having more ammo on your primary weapons and secondary weapons, or being able to mark tanks if you hit them with tanks. You also get more requisition points on that secondary one if you kill tanks. On the medic class, you get the option of either if you mark somebody while they're bleeding out, you can sprint faster towards them, or you have a combat medic. I think is the other one. That one extends your melee range. I know these aren't all the features, but I'm just listing out the primary things that people take advantage of. So that's what that is on the medic class. On the support class, you have machine gunner, which essentially rewards you for missing your shots. It makes it faster spotting if you miss your shots on somebody. And then the other one's the engineer perk, which allows you to rep tanks faster. And then for the recon class, you either have the option of when you hit somebody, you mark them, or you could spawn any spawn beacon on the map on your team. So those are your combat roles you can choose from, essentially.
Yeah, a lot of those came from Battlefield 1, actually.
Really?
Yeah. There's a few, especially the whole sprinting towards a down teammate. That was directly from Battlefield 1. It was a good one. But I'm curious, like, what else was up their sleeves?
Yeah.
Because, man, I wonder if they kind of stopped it because of different directions they were going. I felt like this combat roles would have been a huge thing in Battlefield 5.
I just put my finger in dev time, honestly. At this point, dev time. That's what prevent them from making more and launching with more.
Yeah, I'm so curious about that. I don't mind them actually kind of diving back into it if it's even possible.
Wait, you're telling me you prefer combat roles over tank body customization? That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Reddit about you. I'm telling you.
Give me first. Give me. Oh, I need my sandbags and my teddy bears that I saw in the first trailer. Jesus. Do you think they'll have the teddy bear one with like the horse head and shit?
How many points you got?
How many boins? Oh man, I got a whopping 25. What was that, 25 cents or something?
It's gonna be about 20 times that amount, maybe even more.
No. Damn it! I want my teddy bears.
No, what I think they're gonna do if they're gonna introduce any sort of tank body customization that's for boins, they're gonna include it on a bundle so they can mark up the price of it.
That's definitely. Auto smoking targeted down ally. Yes, that was interesting. In BF1, basically when you I guess was it when you spotted somebody that was down, smoke would come out of them. And it would have a smoke shield automatically. And it was like there's a cooldown effect.
Listen, Battlefield 1, alright? I didn't play a lot of it. There's a couple different reasons. We could just add that one to the list. That sounds pretty spammy.
Yeah, it was kind of nutty. I think they later on nerfed it. I think it was a way longer cooldown. And then it wasn't cool anymore. Pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've had a little bit of a cooldown, then I guess it's all right.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you have any ideas on top of your head of like what combat roles you would want to see?
I'm trying to think of some right now. I've never really thought about that.
Yeah.
No, I mean not really. The ones they have in the game are okay right now.
What about squad call-ins? Like, would you want to add something a little bit different instead of just the regular old
like if you're
B1
playing
rocket?
a certain combat role, then you get a different squad call in?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean there's still empty slots on the wheel. You know that? The squad
Yeah.
columns. I mean, I'd rather just have more stuff for the squad column that's actually useful and not annoying. You know. But
Any
I
on
mean,
top of
the
your
machine
head?
gunner one, by the way, is really annoying. But no, I can't think of anything. I'm not that creative. I can't think of things like that off the top of my head. That way they could, significantly, or not maybe not significantly, but somewhat impact the game by having it on or off. Can't really think of anything right now.
The one I really want is because tanks are, and we're going to talk about tanks here in a second, but is just like camping tanks off the side of a mountain. If a squad leader can call in like a tactical missile and it one shots them for like, I don't know,
It's just that's the V1,
12,000.
right?
Yeah, but the V1 costs like, it's 41,000 plus, and that's
Okay.
by the end of the game. I'm talking about mid maybe 11, 12,000, just a little cheaper than the airstrike, and it's just one little missile out of nowhere, and it comes down pretty fast, and it executes a tank that's camping. Would you be down for something like that, or is that too
Current balance, now that would be a little bit overpowered.
20,000?
Well, think about how much the tank call-in costs, which costs 20,000. So I mean, maybe 20K. I'd be willing to call that a little bit more balanced, but I just feel like if you the inherent the thing that I point to as the reason why tankers like this in the back of the map is just because of the design of the tanks. I think we should. I think it's too late for it in this game, but an overhaul of how the tanks work would be a way to prevent them from just seeing the back of the map. They're just too good at the back of the map, and they have no incentive to just push on the point because they have no escapability at all. Like I'm all for giving tanks more escapability if you reduce the range of them. I'm okay with that. Make them push up to be effective. I'm okay with that.
Mortar trucks? Nah, don't give my ideas, Martise. Yeah, good call.
If I ever hear the word mortar,
mortar.
someone's getting banned. Okay.
Yeah, remember what was it? The leaked ones from the data mines, the knee mortar. I was like, no more.
I absolutely
mortars.
hate mortars, man.
Yeah, there were mortars in BF4, weren't there? I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are mortars, UCAVs, SUAVs. There's a lot of indirect fire stuff in BF4.
Fucking goddamn UCAV, dude. Oh, I hated that thing. It actually turned me off to Battlefield 4. I was like, nope.
They eventually went around nerfing it, but yeah, when it first came out, that was a headache.
Yeah, for sure. And what was it? So there's a UCAV, and what was the other one that was like
you got an SUAV. That's one where it's a little like plane drone thing. You just chuck it.
Yeah,
fly it and run into people. That one was a little more fun. Yeah.
Yeah, and it didn't break the first time around.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah. But the knee mortar, the mortar truck, yeah, that was ridiculous. Mike was like, "We need that." No.
No, I get people in my chat sometimes. They're like, "What do you think about adding mortars to this game?" And I'm like, "I'll share my opinion." And they're like, "But I like mortars," and then ask for the KD. And I'm not going to tell you what the KD is, but you can take a guess, man. You can take a guess.
It was a big deal, and in BF1, it was a nightmare. I like how they balanced it a little bit. Basically, it was direct on spam fire it, and there was no like penalty to accuracy or anything. Later on, there was a cooldown and a penalty to accuracy. Basically, if you hit the button, the mortar goes out, and then when you want to hit again, the accuracy of that mortar gets tighter and tighter as you wait to hit it.
Yeah, I played during those changes. I was still playing BF1.
Yeah. So
listen, I'm playing BF1 tomorrow. I'm gonna hate it.
Yeah.
So, if maybe keep it on BF5 a little bit. I'm already dreading tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, get the mortar out. You'll see.
Man. Oh man, just dreadnoughts, dude. Oh my gosh.
Tombstone brought up what do you want, an AFK timer for hill humpers? I don't know.
It'd have to be implemented in a certain way, honestly. And people love sitting in the back of the map and sniping for some reason. And then recording whenever they get a body shot from 400 meters away, and they'll record it, and they'll share it to their buddies. They got a body shot from that far away. If you're gonna implement some sort of system like that, they have to be like dead still, not moving for like a couple, when I say a couple seconds, I mean like 10, 15 seconds here, and then they get spotted. I'm okay with that personally. But I think it needs to be based on how close or far away you are from an objective.
Yeah, I can see how that could get really buggy.
Yes.
It's like, let's
This
say,
requires
but
coding,
I'm moving.
which I can't do. So I don't know how difficult or easy that would be to code into the game.
Yeah.
But I mean, we already have a system that tells you how far away from our flag. So I think if you tie it to that, and if it just detects that you're standing still for 15 seconds, and then you're certain meters away from the flag, and you get spotted.
I wouldn't mind that.
Again,
for
standing dead
people.
still. I'm specifically saying dead still.
Yeah,
If
dead
you sit
still.
there and strafe a little bit, it gets rid of the timer. Okay, but like dead still needs to be something.
Yeah, and dead still for infantry as well. I mean, yeah. But if it's for a long time, they just get booted out of the server for being idle for too long.
Oh, well, yeah. If they're actually AFK, then they get booted for being AFK.
Yeah, and then, but if you're just prone, you're moving around, shooting people and whatnot. What do you think about them getting spotted after a few seconds of being on their belly? Is that
not
something
the
like a
biggest
quick?
fans of that idea? I think the problem with the proning mechanic in this game is the fact that proning is just really good with certain weapons. So like right now, I feel like in the current meta today, we go play today, you don't die a whole lot of people proning. Now pre 5.2, a lot of people are prone with MMGs, but now not so much. So I think as long as the meta does not favor proning is not a huge issue, and you don't really you need a huge counter to it. But with the upcoming bolt action changes, you're going to have a lot of people in the back of the map.
Oh yeah, with the velocity, bullet velocity on all those. But before we get to the weapon changes, which I want to talk about 6.2, I still want to cover tanks here real quick. What are tanks like on console right now? Are they just running amok on those game modes, or how is it in your opinion?
Okay, so I haven't really paid attention to how PC tankers are, but yeah, if you're a half decent tanker, it's brain dead easy, especially with LVTs right now. LVTs are just dummy OP. You can laser people from across the map. So you get people sitting in the back of the map with those, and just like hit people from across the map. Same thing with the Shermans and the Type 97s and all that, Type 97s, all that good stuff. The base game tanks, Tigers are just mad annoying. It's really difficult to take one down unless you have multiple people with you. So that's what Reddit tells you to do. And so if you do that, then you can take it down. But when they're sitting on the uncap and they're just hammering the point because they have high ground due to the map design, only way to take them out is if you won. So that's pretty frustrating. And those guys with the proper positioning of just sitting in the back of the map will just get like 15-0, like snap a finger, they're there. That sort of stuff is super easy. If I wanted to farm in a tank, I can do that. Like anybody can do that, in my opinion. It's just a matter of sitting far back away from the action. I don't know what it's like on PC, but there's not a whole lot of people just driving into objectives and deploying AP mines like they do with the light tanks every now and again, the P38T, that one. You don't get that too often. Happens every now and again if the person's skilled enough to pull that off, but it doesn't happen on a regular basis. Does it happen on PC a lot?
Oh, no, not really. A good example is Mercury, where you guys banned him on competitive for good reason.
Yeah, it's called Conquest. That's because we just hills on either side of the middle objective, and you just sit there with a tank and the uncap.
Exactly. That's pretty much what happens that whole round in regular Conquest as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Breakthrough's a little different, though. It kind of focuses more on infantry play, but I think there's only one sector that really it gets messed up for tanks. But for Conquest, dude, you sit in the back spawn on top. You got your ammo station there. You got repairs. Yep. You just got to back up a few meters and then come right back to the edge of the cliff and start murdering, waxing everybody on the point at C or down below at D. If anyone wants to come,
one of the worst offenders.
Aerodrome was really bad. What I liked about did you play Outpost on? The newest Outpost on Aerodrome?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they added a ton of cover to the front and the back of that. I actually really like that. I think
I enjoyed it as well.
They should keep that for sure. Like those changes they did for Outposts were absolutely amazing.
That's one of the things I've always talked about with the map design in this game. I've talked about it since day one. They had it in Battlefield 4, but depending on the game mode, they would add or remove cover, depending on the game mode. So if the game mode required more cover, they add more cover. It doesn't have to be like actual physical buildings or like huge objects. It could just be a Jeep, it could be a crate, it could be a box. just more cover to get from objective to objective when you're out in the open is huge. Aerodrome for sure. Outpost was a pretty good design. I actually really enjoyed Outpost on Aerodrome. It was a good time, especially going back and forth between the middle objectives around the hangar. That was an enjoyable experience. But
Yeah, for sure.
it should be easy to just place these objects on the maps in a strategic manner to get them to work, to get the maps to work and flow properly. I think it shouldn't be that difficult.
Yeah, it lessened that line of sight that the tanks had, especially on near the aerodrome itself, and then like F flag on the top left, or the little satellite dishes. People sit up on that mountain, they can cover the whole back entrance of the aerodrome. They can cover
and then also
all of Bravo.
Yeah, well, and also speaking of Bravo, that hill above Bravo as well, that spawn.
The hill
Stick
above
a tank
Bravo.
up there, tank up there, especially in the what's called breakthrough attack. Just get 2 tanks up there and you can hammer all the objectives from there.
Just
Until
have it
you're
on
able to
both
push it up.
sides. Have them on both sides, and if you control the hangar, you just win. Because the infantry, the only way you're gonna get there is by running, or by taking a car, which will get one shot by the tank. So you're pretty much like screw it. It's really hard to get around those specific spots. But that just comes down to the attrition system for Battlefield 5, and how people were really talking about, oh, you're not going to have those dudes camping on there because they're going to run out of shells, they're going to run out of ammo real quick, and they won't be camping on there. Do you think that was effective?
Definitely not. I mean, look where we're at right now. But again, I think it comes back to the design of tanks. They're just not good at pushing up into objectives and then backing out of the objectives, and their range is too good on them to want to do anything else. Bring up the P-38T earlier.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't see a whole lot of time on PC, but the people that I do see around on console, they drive into the point, they deploy their AP mines, they be aggressive on the point, and then take some damage. They're immediately out of there. They're being aggressive. If someone was aware enough to just have stuff down and ready for the tank, you can take it out. But just catching people off guard with a light tank driving on a point, it works well. You can if you design the tanks properly, you can have them to not in the back of the map all the time. But with how slow Tigers are, a lot of the medium tanks and how good they are at range, people are just going to be more inclined to sit in the back of the map. Despite only having 18 rounds or whatever they're going to have, they just back up for more rounds.
Yeah, everyone here has great ideas too. Like what Tombstone says here, the progressive resupply timer for tanks. Like, yeah, that would be something. Yeah, they just got to do something. Like, there's so many different things they can change to tanks to deter them from camping on a freaking hill in the back.
For sure,
tons of them. You can make them the resupply can be a lot crazier. Give them less ammo. You can make them faster. You can get rid of the zoom in. Dude, I think the scope zoom in is so overpowered.
It's buggy right now too,
and it's accurate as hell too. It's ridiculous. If they just got rid of that, it would be good. The third person camera, just removing third person camera would immediately nerf all tanks. Like crazy.
I don't know if we need to take those types of steps. Like, those are pretty drastic steps.
They're drastic,
that's like big changes from like previous Battlefield titles into this one. I just think a matter of balancing the tanks, assets as they currently are, it might be the smarter play at the beginning here, and then maybe going for those more drastic steps if that doesn't work. But third person cameras is super annoying, especially if they got the zoomed out FOV all the way and they can see everything around them. It's annoying, but again, it's in previous Battlefield, so it's going to be it's going to be hard to get rid of. People are arguing for it all the time.
Just reduce the FOV on them. The max FOV.
Like a locked FOV?
Yeah, locked FOV is something they can try. I think they did that in BF1, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they can try that.
In hardcore mode for BF1, you couldn't third person any vehicle.
Oh, yeah, same thing about Battlefield 4. Yeah, no third person.
And BF4. Yeah.
In hardcore.
So, we don't have hardcore, and a lot of people want hardcore just for that specific reason.
Pass.
I specifically don't like hardcore, especially when it comes to gunplay and getting one tap from snipers and whatnot.
The SARs are good, or I mean, they're not really good right now, but like if you think once they get buffed back out, I think they're good after they get buffed out. Wait till you see them in a hardcore game mode,
Yeah, and I don't personally enjoy the experience of not having a third person camera for all vehicles. I like kind of need it for like if I'm running around a Jeep or car, I kind of like that. I don't think that's too much of an issue. I mean, back then when we were flying helicopters and jets, like or planes, I kind of like that idea. Taking that away would keep things very claustrophobic and whatnot, and you just can't see things or what's going on. I don't know. But
I agree. I like it being a third person and like a transport just to see where I'm going, like a little bit better. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, just like limiting the tank's ability to third person would be okay. And not like getting rid of it completely, but just like limiting down what they can see and what they can't see. Like if they want to see behind them, they got to actually turn around. Like turn the turret around. So
I like how the turret speed was really slow at the beginning, I believe. And then
they got buffed a little bit. Yeah,
they added the turret speeds are a lot faster now. And I think that's really, even when you're zoomed in, you can turn the turret faster, which is really odd. I find that very overpowered. But and they're accurate too. I kind of like the way they aim in third person, where it runs kind of slow when you're turning the turret. And it's not very accurate. It's kind of hard to aim. I like that. Just in first person, that would be cool to have.
Again, removing some accuracy, giving more accuracy penalties to like full auto fire. I think on the gunners, or not the gunners, but the machine gunner on specifically, so they don't send it back the map. That'd be big. I think it's someone in the chat also suggested reducing the velocity of the shells as well. That would also be more of a detriment to the type of playstyle I was saying the back of the map.
Yeah, reduce the blast radius of these shells.
Not necessarily, but I think the velocity is a big thing right now.
Right. Yeah.
For a lot of the things. But look one step at a time. You know what I mean? Don't do everything at once. Don't want to nerf them into the ground completely, but
yes, that's exactly what I want to do.
Just delete them. I know. But hey, I'm just trying to play a little bit middle ground here, right?
No, I just want to see if it's worse than you maybe on perspective of what you see in PC land. Maybe
a little more variety in what you see, but in terms of like what's doing the best, it's the same on PC as it is on console.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, what's up, guys? Hey, thanks for saying hello. What's up, Impure One? How's it going? Welcome to the Battlefield Show. This is the 20th episode. I'm here with EnergizedKnight. This is a weekly Battlefield talk show. If you guys are new here, welcome. Hello, Beepu. Hello, Texaco, Demonica. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming by. We're going to keep talking here some Battlefield. We're going to talk about the 6.2 update. And then next week, for sure, we're going to talk about what they changed. And we might have a very large group of people coming into the Battlefield show next week to talk about said changes for Battlefield 5 and the 6.2 update. This is going to be one of the biggest updates this game's ever seen. So we'll see what happens, pretty much.
I'll be watching next week for sure.
Yeah, I might even invite you on. You down for that?
Yeah, I got nothing going on. Just playing Battlefield.
Okay, I'm gonna get a whole bunch of people. That'll be great to have you back.
All right, it looks like Chicken wants to be on there too. Look at that.
Chicken. Yeah, I'm gonna get as many people as I possibly can on here. Especially maybe people that you want to see back again from older episodes.
Like 30 hours played, at least 30 hours, maybe 40 hours by the time Saturday rolls around on the new patch. Yeah.
We'll have a group one for sure. This is the COD show now. What's up, Skate? How's it going? Mike from Canada, Newports, Chicken Man. How was the strip club, Chicken? See some have a good time. Have a good time. Anyway, so yeah, that's what the show is. We're gonna have another one every Saturday, pretty much, and yeah. So if you guys enjoy this kind of content, give the channel a follow. We'll be talking all about Battlefield throughout its pretty much its lifespan, if I can stand it. If I have enough brain cells by the end of this 1.5-year cycle, that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna stick by Battlefield. And hopefully, for my predictions, I really hope that this Battlefield 5 game is gonna be the next Battlefield 4. I don't know, but they got all the time in the world now. It's very unlikely, but it could happen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, EnergizedKnight, dude. Let's talk about these weapons. All right. So we've been going through a roller coaster of emotions coming from DICE, Sweden, and EA. God knows whose fucking idea it was to do this again a year later. And now we're finding out that, well, it didn't work, right? Because if it did work, we wouldn't be having this discussion right now. So now we have to go back, but we're not fully reverting back to what we had in 5.0, which was one of the most positive DLC drops this game has ever had, ever since the first revert that we had. There was a lot of positivity then. People liked that way the TTK was, a bullet to kill, all that good stuff. So now they want to change it back, but they're not going to fully revert everything. It's only going to go back. They're just going to add like one more bullet to kill from range and increase bullets as the range gets longer and longer, so you don't get like, you know, one-shotted by a self-slaughter at like 100 meters or something. I don't know. So that's what's pretty much going to go on coming up this Wednesday. Yeah, I think it's this Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
Yeah, and then did they say Tuesday? I think they officially said Tuesday.
Tuesday's patch notes, yeah.
Patch notes day. So that's going to be a huge day. I know Energize, you're going to stream that day on Tuesday, right?
Sure.
I'll be watching. That'll be in the morning. We'll be seeing all the what's the new meta. People will be trying to figure out, is it going to be the 5.0 meta, or is it going to be kind of slightly different? Maybe people are going to try different types of weapons. Is it 2A still good? Well, we're going to talk about that kind of stuff. They are going to bring back the old recoil change, the original recoil patterns that they were going to have. More recoil for horizontal and vertical. So that's coming back. Might make the game a little bit more annoying. I don't know.
Did they say like fully all the way back to how it was before, or is it just closer?
Yeah, it's closer. It's closer. Okay. Some maybe no change, and some are more than what they used to be.
All right.
But they're all going for like weapon classes. Each gun is gonna be similar to their weapon class, not their rate of fire. And God knows who thought that was a good idea in the beginning. And it clearly shows that this whole TTK change was not necessary at all. I kind of firmly believe they just want to piss us off. I'm pretty certain. How did you feel about this second TTK change or bullet to kill change?
Listen, I just want to start by saying this is the longest roller coaster I have been on. Can't confirm. So my worry with this upcoming change is that something's going to get overbuffed. Maybe a few things are going to get overbuffed. I'm worried about guns that already perform well right now, but their entire class is going to get buffed. So something like I'm thinking like the 1907. It performs well right now. Maybe somebody can argue that the STG is better. That is probably more versatile. But the 1907 is undoubtedly a good gun. Now currently it's sort of supposed to be mimicking an SMG in its current form, but it's better than SMGs. Now with this 6.2, it's going to be a better gun because it's going to be in the AR class, so all the AR is going to get buffed. So I'm concerned about that, like a gun being overbuffed. Right now, when I'm playing, things I complain about the most when it comes to certain weapons: Type 2A, Lewis, ZH, those three right there. It's probably most people, honestly. ZH, honestly, the way to fix that is to just buff everything else back up to 5.0. Like it's going to two-tap me across the map because some kid's going to lay prone with a bipod and a 6X. It's almost inevitable, but if I want to be able to compete against it, I need my guns to be able to do some sort of damage. That's a decent range. So if you buff everything else, maybe you can compete against the ZH again. The Lewis will always be a disgusting, cheesy weapon. 97 rounds with a 3X, you don't have to lay down. It's cheesy, just as cheesy as it gets, honestly. So the way to fix that would be, in my opinion, is to make it a PE shooter. People can complain, but that's how you fix that. And then the Type 2A, I don't have to talk about that. But now, before 5.0 or before 5.2, SARS were what everybody was using. SARS were what everybody was complaining about, at least in my recollection of it. SARS were the issue. SARS.
The disease.
With some MMGs mixed in there, all right? So I know everybody was like complaining about the MMGs, but if you weren't using MMG, you were using a SAR pretty much. Like that was pretty much what you were using. So, but people were also complaining about the SARs, right? Because that's what everybody was using. So people were complaining about it as well. I want a system with 6.2, so that way some of the SARs are viable, right? Some of them maybe not so viable, but they're still decent. You know, I don't want stuff to be overpowered. I don't like stuff that's overpowered. I don't like it when they release stuff that's overpowered.
Did
I'd
you
rather,
like
honestly,
G15 at that time? Someone brought up G15. That was
Government 5 has been nerfed so many times, but yeah, before 5.2, it was still a decent weapon. Now it's unusable, but yeah, it was still a decent weapon before 5.2. Same thing with the Cell. The Cell has been nerfed into the ground as well. It's still okay, but it's like the best out of at its damage class. Like compared to the Cell, compared to the Carabin, Give 43, M1 Garand, the Cell was the best one. Yeah, no, like I just want stuff to be viable. Right now, there's just so much stuff that isn't viable. Like stuff like the Model 8. Why does that need to be potentially a 4-shot at some of these longer ranges? The 3-shot is killer enough, honestly, on a gun that has 5 rounds you can individually reload. I mean, stuff like that where it's completely like nearly impossible to run the gun is super annoying. But then on the other spectrum of it, you got guns that are blatantly overpowered and are super easy to use. So I'm hoping with 6.2 is it just closes the gap a little bit. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Also, so again, with the idea of balancing based on the gun type. The whole thing with that is that's a good idea, 100% behind it. I'm just worried this stuff is going to get overbalanced, overbuffed. Like I said, 1907 comes to mind. FG42 again comes to mind. Depends how much recoil is going to put it back onto it. If they go back strictly to before 5.2 recoil, that's like you saw the highlight earlier. There's no recoil on that gun. So
evidence.
Yeah, like before 5.2, FG42 is insane. After 5.2.2, the FG42 it's still pretty good. It's not insane, but it's still pretty good. If we're going to go back to where it's insane, that could potentially be a problem. As for MGs, honestly, leave them where they are. And then for
oh man, I'm so worried about that now because this meta right now is great. We don't have to worry
people
about
are
those
standing
guys.
up. But if they rebuff FMGs. I'm not a huge fan of that. That's going to bring back the idea of have people spotted while they're prone. It's just if you just leave the MGs nerfed, it shouldn't be a problem in my opinion. But they're probably going to do something there. As for let's see what else. They changed shotgun.
Shotguns.
Shotguns. They all got their one tap potential reduced with 5.2. I don't know if they're going to do anything with those honestly. If they do, then so be it. Honestly, the Model 37 is really, really good right now, especially on those closer range maps like Operation Underground. That's a good time. If you haven't tried that yet, it's a good time. But I don't know with the shotguns, honestly. I'm always indifferent to shotguns because I don't like running them. But I hate dying to them. As for the bolt actions, the changes they're making, I can see the justification. If everything else is getting a better damage at distance, I can see the justification of buffing out the guns that are specifically made for distance. They're doing a lot though, which is what I'm worried about. Is there might be again over buffing is the issue here. I don't like it when they over buff, and they've done in the past with the guns. So that's what I'm worried about at the moment. Is certain guns that might over buff and overdo it, and then we're gonna start complaining about that, and then people are gonna be like, oh well, you should have been happy with 5.2, So that's what I'm worried about, really, more than anything else. The Type 2A, they already said I won't recoil to it. Sure hope it's a lot. But they could also maybe increase how fast the hipfire spread increases. So the hipfire is pretty ridiculous right now. I'm okay personally being one frame by the Type 2A in 10 meters. All right, listen, that's my fault for having his muzzle in my face. It's my fault most of the time. But the 15, 20 meters, not really a fan of being one frame that distance by Type 2A. So add more recoil, add more hipfire, spread to the gun. I've used it. Feels like everybody's playing in slow motion when they use that gun. So
recoil will work. You will not be able to get those 30+ meter one magazine kills. Like that shouldn't be a thing. And the recoil, you will miss many of those bullets, and you're not going to be able to kill that guy. So I think the recoil buff, I think probably vertical or horizontal will do the trick. I think.
Now, what Tombstone brought up here is, if it's buffed in your favor, you're not going to complain. But if it's not in your favor, you're going to complain about it. And that's inevitable. But if DICE does proper testing, oh man, that's an oxymoron. Then maybe potentially we could find some sort of middle ground. Maybe, but probably
Maybe
not.
that's what they've been doing this whole time, or putting salads on tank body custom. I don't know. Too much dressings, salad. Anyway, where's their priorities? We don't know yet, and we'll see what happens. I'll talk about it more tomorrow. See if we get some maybe early patch notes coming out, more hints on what guns are being fiddled with, and hopefully we'll reassure some people. I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting.
I'm gonna wait till the full patch notes come out to make any sort of final judgments. Final judgments on what they're changing, and then once the actual patch comes out, like I said, I'll probably get like 30-40 hours in next week playing on the new patch, and I'll make up my mind probably at hour 15 of whether or not it's a good patch or not. So. Plus, along with this patch, by the way, there's a whole lot of other stuff they're bringing into the game and changing. That's also another concern of mine. Is just the amount of stuff they want to be changing, because that usually leads to them making it mistakes and not including an update for something or breaking other things. So that's another thing I'm worried about. But that's kind of a wait and see as well. Just
I'm worried about the
cross
audio.
our fingers.
I'm worried about that audio change, dude. I'm very scared about that. Because that seems to be one thing they can't nail for some reason. And did you hear about the whole kerfuffle with the 20
thing?
Yeah, the
20,
audio
20
changes.
sounds at once.
Yeah,
so what's the end result in that? Is it not true, and it was just like a feature that isn't really a feature, it was just left in there by accident? Is that what the end result?
That's what the guy said. We got a name, guys. We got a name. The Battlefield designer, I think his name was Daniel or something. I don't remember his last name. It's very.
I saw a retweet. I can't. I mean, there's nothing you can do on a console, honestly. But the idea of it made sense. But if it's not true, then it's not true. So.
Yeah, it's not true. So I didn't notice much of a difference. We tried that change quite a long time before people started bringing it up and started going viral. We knew it didn't do anything already because we've been fiddling with those audio settings for a while. It looks like they were left from previous Battlefield games. They're just kind of like vestigial organs that are just there. They're just left there to do nothing. And that's usually, you shouldn't be having to dig into the code to make the game better. It's not.
I mean, it's like these config files that.
These config files, yeah.
It's like it shouldn't have to come to that, but that's the state that Battlefield 5 is in. You know, like the idea of just making a game look a lot worse it's okay. Like, of course, like if it's within the bounds of the settings that are within the game. I'm not saying like config file changes are cheating, but like just the fact that you had to go to that length to make the game run well and be able to actually see stuff is ridiculous. You know,
run well like and see things. It was a big thing for sure.
Shit, DICE is making a better game. LOL.
Do you remember the clips from back then where you can see like a Roblox version of Battlefield, or a Minecraft version? Dude, that just made the game.
Wait, hang on. You're not talking about console gameplay, right?
Not console. No.
I remember.
Yeah. But that was some silly times, and they finally put a stop to that. I knew some friends that were abusing the hell out of it because they just really didn't care. I believe some people got banned for doing that. I don't know. I mean, they allowed it. I mean, it was.
I heard like one person maybe, but I didn't see an actual like big confirmation or anything like that.
Yeah, now it's considered cheating for sure, Eddie. Yeah.
Wait, isn't it something to do with like change your graphics on your graphics card? Like change your settings, your graphics. Yeah. Okay. That sounds bannable. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess they didn't really think those through. You could have done that in all the previous Battlefield games, which they ended up fixing. I guess they just forgot.
Well, like they forgot the update to the lunge mine. Oh, crazy.
Yeah, they forgot to fix that. They probably went to lunch and never came back. I don't know. The AP mines, they forgot how to balance those. They were balanced in BF1 after 6 patches to fix that. It was 6 patches to fix in BF1.
But I was okay with AP mines that would go off the way they used to go off, and you could just go below them. And I'm okay with how they are now, honestly.
Yeah.
I just jump over the tripwires.
Yeah.
Still die to them every now and again, but I just dump the wires. That's all I do. So
Yeah. I like the, don't touch them. Dice, stop.
oh my god, that like couple of weeks where they were like one hitting people, like no matter where you were.
Yeah. It was
I have a mine command for whenever I die to mines. That I got a lot of use those couple weeks.
Yep, I can see that for sure. And you can see them at the beginning of the game. They had no glowy effect. There's no wires.
Yeah.
It was just placed conveniently right on that ammo crate where you would go get ammo and die.
Listen, I did it too, but I only got it. I only did it to get the dog tag, and then I was done with them. Okay.
Forgivable. Okay. So did we cover snipers again? I forget. The velocity increase.
We'll cover them a little bit, but yeah, I think that the change can be justified if the other guns in the game are also buffed adequately well, to the point where like if the bolt actions weren't changed, the other guns would be the long range kings as they say.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with I can see the justification right now. We'll see after it goes through.
All right, so they increased two of them, the Arasaka and the
Yeah, they increased two of them already.
Yeah, what was the other one? The Ross.
Yeah, the Ross. Yeah.
And then the rest, I think not all of them, but the rest of the bolt actions will get.
Pretty sure they're all getting buffed out.
They're all of them. Okay.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of. Do you? Yeah, the Crag's gonna be nuts again. Do you think it was kind of weird that they only buffed two and not all of them that last match?
I mean, if their analytics are right, then they probably show that those two guns weren't being used a whole lot, so they needed some sort of buff to them. You know, if that's the idea.
I was kind of thinking those two, like they just did those two just to,
test the waters.
Just to test the waters, and analytically they weren't used that very much as well. They're like, let's just do these, see how it goes, let them test it out, check the numbers, and then we'll see if we buff the rest or not. Again, I feel like this whole game is a giant community test environment, and every single day we play this, it kind of seems like it is.
And Dice is just laughing as they push up to the bank.
Laughing to the bank. But what do you think about the whole Boyne situation? Do you think we should have options?
Well, I mean,
how are you gonna monetize this game, like for BF6?
Okay. Yeah, what would I do for monetization purposes in like the next Battlefield?
Yeah. Pretty much.
Similar to Call of Duty's, honestly. You got a premium pass where you get additional cosmetic stuff and strictly cosmetics. Honestly, I'm okay with that. Exactly where Call of Duty is with that sort of thing. I'm okay with that as long as it doesn't actually have weapons in it or maps tied to it. I'm perfectly fine with seasons built like that. And have rewards at the end of the season as well for the top performing players. Okay with that sort of system. If they really, really want to tie maps to it, or someone wants to make the argument of tying maps to it, make it so that way the premium pass holders get like a week or 2 week early access to the maps, but then make the maps available to everybody. Again, not my ideal situation, but if someone wants to make that argument, they can. But yeah, strictly cosmetics. I personally don't care about cosmetics. So I'm okay with them being tied to a premium seasonal pass type of thing, kind of like what we have right now with the chapter rewards. But if you have to pay for it, then so be it. Just take guns out of it, and don't have if you're gonna make things single purchase, like you can buy like 1 or 2 things, or like just a couple bucks, make them actually decent looking. So that sort of thing. Don't make them really overpriced. But I personally probably would buy the season pass every single season and get those cosmetics. I probably would, even though I say I don't care about it. Probably still would get it because I play the game so much. I just hit 2,300 hours in this game, so I would be okay paying a couple extra bucks. Like a couple extra cents per hour at that point to get some more cosmetics. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah, I was talking to Fireborn last time, and he brought up this situation that Apex has right now with the season pass, and he also has the Origin Access Premier, which is an incentive to buy that and to play Apex, which is a free-to-play game. So if you have Access Premier, you get the Season Pass every single time.
Right away, really?
Yeah, and he would just play with that, and that's an incentive to come back all the time.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got EA Access on console. That's what you have. But I don't think there's some sort of, I don't think premium, I don't know I'm pretty sure how it works with the EA Access. I don't have it personally, but there's just one flat rate on it. There's no like different tiers to it right now. And if they add a game to the vault, then you get access to it. But I know with Premium, Origin Premium, as soon as the game comes out, you can have access to it. So
Right.
I don't know if the premium system exists on the EA Access or not. But if it does, then that'd be okay. If that's some sort of system as well, where you could just if you have that premium access, then you can just have the season pass as well. I'm okay with that. As long again, as long as the season pass or whatever seasonal content does not have maps or weapons tied to it, as long as it's strictly cosmetics, I'm okay with it. And if you want to talk about deluxe edition, yes, I am a deluxe edition holder. So, man, I'll tell you, those Ruby skins look extra crisp, guys. Like, you guys are missing out. I don't. That's what my EA spreadsheet told me to say. But hey, they're looking real nice.
Okay, so what about maps and guns? What do you think about that? How are you gonna release? Are you gonna have content drops like they did in Battlefield 4, the DLCs, like 4 maps at a time, or 1 map every
that
month?
Would be personally, that would be my preferred system of dropping maps, like a map pack of 4, 3 or 4 every 3 or 4 months. That would be my preferred system. At the end of seasons, or beginning of seasons rather. If you have like the same sort of chapter word thing we have right now, same thing, but make it monetary, make it monetized. But if you're gonna do that though, you need more weapons. Really, you need more weapons and more maps. So probably 4 maps per season is what I would prefer. And then more weapons as well.
Yeah, sure.
But I don't know if that's reasonable on with the current staffing that DICE has, or the future staffing that DICE has, and their tools that they have available. So maybe 3, maybe 2. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. Really,
man, 2 minimum if they have good game modes. Like,
listen, this chapter right now, has any sort of word on a second map for this chapter or any other guns?
Pacific.
I love tier skips. They're my absolute favorite thing in the world. I love them so much, but I also would like some more guns. I'll be honest with you.
I would, yeah, me too. Especially like us, particularly. Like the only 2 people I know is me and you go for these 1,000 kill challenges.
I know, according to a certain EA game changer, that DICE does not make the game for me. I understand that, but
I understand that
being said, I would like to keep playing this game. I would like to keep playing it.
I get very sad when there's no new guns to play with or to get to, grind out pretty much. I'm like, I don't want to go back. And I'm like thinking, I'm going to have to do 2,000 kills every gun.
Yeah.
And I really don't want to revisit the Panzerbusch. I don't find that very fun to play. I tried to get that assignment, the 5 headshot kills in a row. I couldn't do it for the life of me. I just kept getting.
I asked my chat nicely to send me 2 medics. I ended up going on a 56 player kill streak. Okay, all right.
Damn, let's go. Yeah. So again, sticking on the subject, Tombstone. I don't want the player base ever to get split because of DLC drops. I think I think we're past that. I agreed with Fireborn's situation when it comes to DLC drops, and EnergizedKnight to an extent, for sure. I would love. That's what I thought this game would be like.
Same. Yes.
It's like, it's just gonna be fucking. It's gonna be premium, but it's a live server and it's all free for everybody, and they're gonna pay it off from giving us cool cosmetics.
How naive we were.
Yeah, how naive we were. It's like, this is going to be way better than Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1's trash. BF5 is looking real good. And then he started bringing up Firestorm. Should BF6 bother with a BR? Mad Jester said. I agree.
Next question.
I agree. Next question. Firestorm is a complete, utter disaster they didn't care about. It was a check mark box on a list of things they want to do. Get the fuck out of this game. It's Royale. I can't believe that came out of the words of Lars Gustafsson, who made my favorite Battlefield game, or at least helped in Battlefield 2. He was there, man, and he said Royale. I was like, bruh, pretty much. And they weren't even making it. Criterion was making it, and they did an okay job until we played the first game. We drop in. I was like, oh, this is sick. I'm in a snowy map. This is awesome. Oh, I killed the guy. And then all of a sudden, all these boxes start spurting out of his body. And we're like, whoa.
Listen, the best part of Firestorm is when Doc played it, okay? That was the best part. Nothing else comes close.
Yeah, when you see other big streamers.
Firestorm.
Yeah, when you see the big streamers play it, they're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
I was like, and they're like trying to find the like what was it, those the armor plates, and they're like, it's in the fucking ground, I can't grab it. This box is on top of it, I don't want this box. And then they pick up a wrong gun that has no ammo on it, and a dude comes out of nowhere and they like blast him. I was like,
yep,
stupid fucking game. Like in his exit. I was like, the fact that they never really touched the looting other than they spread it out more. And that patch took like 3 months to come out.
From what I remember, it was trash, right? Looting was trash. And then it got slightly... Then it was like recycled, right? And then it was recycled. And then they broke it again to make it trash again. And then they now have it back to recycled. So that's where it's at right now, from what I remember.
And that's where it will remain. So Firestorm,
recycling.
No. VR, no. If they do, may have another company do it. It could be an EA game, I don't care, but it has to be standalone, away from regular Battlefield, and free to play. I don't want to hear nothing about it. And that's pretty much what the new Call of Duty VR is going to be. Free to play. It's going to be unofficially free to play, and it's going to be standalone. You don't have to have the base game to buy it. And literally everybody warned them that if you want to make a Royale game, it has to be free to play and standalone. And that everyone said that, and they refused. And when we first found that out,
this clip.
Let me see. I'll play it real quick.
Yeah, I was watching them live when this happened. This clip. That's what I remember. It's a good clip.
Like, picks up the other gun.
So that's the best part of Firestorm right there.
Fucking stupid, dude. Why do I fucking pick
The
up
people
that
hop
weapon?
on and have this epic
Because your looting
experience and then never play the game ever again.
Hey, EA! Your game sucks! Who's the guy that designed your looting? Yeah, let's drop the fucking weapon. A bunch of idiots in the AAA development industry. A bunch of idiots. Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh man.
A bunch of idiots!
Pretty much. That's pretty much it right there.
That was like week one when he was playing it right there. It was absolutely terrible.
It was. I had that same experience as well, and it just kept getting worse and worse. And then 5.2 came along for all those who were still playing Firestorm. Those 10 of you that were still playing. Man, it just became a literal nightmare. The TTK changes were actually weren't unannounced to go to Firestorm. Have fun, kids. Hey. Now it takes 30 bullets to kill somebody, and you know, it's gonna be like that meme that you see of those two guys shooting at each other the whole time and blood splattering everywhere.
So back to the question of, should Battle Royale be in Battlefield 6? Again, free to play. Maybe a different dev team handles it, and it's not maybe it's not necessarily marketed as Battlefield's Battle Royale, but could have its own separate title to it. Just like you know, technically, you know, like sort of kind of like Apex. Apex, you think of Apex, some people think like immediately link it to Titanfall, but it's not marketed as Titanfall's Battle Royale. So that sort of thing. So, but different dev team, okay?
But truly, the answer is no.
Yeah, it should not be included in Battlefield 6. It should not be part of the discussion within Battlefield 6.
All right. Okay, and the expansion packs, we already talked about that. If you guys got any questions, please use the channel point system or by donating to support the channel and the Battlefield show. Ask questions away, and we'll answer them here. All right, we're around that time, or 2.5 hours into the show. I'm feeling pretty good. How you feeling, EnergizedKnight?
I'm feeling good.
Good. So, again, the other things with, do we cover most? Okay, forget BF5 for now. We covered a lot of Battlefield 5.
We did.
Let's have a visit to your wonderful, beautiful fish and the fish tanks.
I got you.
Let's chime in and see how they're doing, and maybe you could tell the audience that don't know about your fish and your cats. What are have you named all of them before, or like,
none of the fish have names? Let's go that camera angle, right? You see some stuff with that one? Okay. The other one that has like an unofficial name is the Pleco, which you can't.
The Pleco.
The Pleco, yeah. So you can sort of see the one that's moving at the top right up there, like the fin of it right there. It's the really big fish. It's a sucker fish basically. It's like catfish sucker fish. It's a big boy. Its nickname, yeah, its nickname is Big Suck. So that's his nickname. But yeah, there's like there's about 25, about 30 fish in there. There goes the Pleco right now. You can see it.
There he is.
Yeah, big boy. It's a big boy.
That's Pleco.
That's the Pleco. Yeah. It's about I think it's about 8 inches, and it can go up to a foot. So, but this is a 55-gallon tank. I've got my room. You know, you don't really see too many apartment, college kids in apartments with 55-gallon tanks, but you know, here I am. The striped ones that are swimming around right now, those are the tiger barbs. Just added those recently. And then the orange ones that are floating right there and just hanging out, chilling. Those are platies, and all the ones that just came from the screen, all those were born in the tank.
Oh wow!
They do live breedings, like they are born live right there in the tank. So they don't lay eggs or anything like that. So there's like 8 platies in there right now, and I think 6 of them were born in the tank. So we also have 2 angelfish.
Parents are still doing good. The parents are still
they're doing good. They're still doing good. If you see like a really, really bright orange one, that's one of the parents. But then you got 2 angelfish that are. You can see one of them in the background back there. Got 2 of those. I also got 4 rainbow fish, which is the one right in front of the camera right there, and trying to eat that poop. There's 4 of those, and then you have there's also 5 Congo tetras, which the little bit longer, skinnier boys, up there towards the top of the tank, and then there's a Pictus catfish, which will not come to the side of the tank, unfortunately. It's a shy boy. So, but yeah, that's the fish tank in the room. It was a donation goal for 1 month, and chat got behind it, and really liked the idea.
Look,
there's the other angelfish.
Stream sniper.
Chat got really behind the idea and went crazy with it. The initial goal was just for like a small bowl with 1 fish, and 55 gallons later, here we are. So
that's awesome, dude. And you have a couple cats, or it was just that 1 cat?
You got 3 cats. They're my
3
sisters,
cats.
though. So you get Yin, Bear, and Violet. Yin's the oldest cat, the older cat. He's a chonk. He's a big boy. And then you got Bear and Violet. Yeah, the emote, the cat emote that Ren's just used there. That's Yin. And then you got Bear and Violet, which are the 2 kittens that we got a couple months ago, and they're getting pretty big as well. So
yeah, you have that the exclamation point, the commands to pet and whatnot, I think it was.
Yeah. It's just it's a counter, and you just actually want pet, and then it just comes back with the result of it. And the yin has been pet this many times, having a minute cooldown, so they can't be spammed over and over again. But got that going right now. And then I also have the channel points. Yeah, with the channel points, we have it set up so that way, up to 2 times per stream, I'll get up and feed the fish and play some Ocean Man in the background.
Yeah,
while feeding the fish. So yeah, I do that as well.
So for that many amount of fish in that tank, how much food do you? I mean, is there different types of food, or are you just a sprinkle type?
They're all tropical fish, so it's just the the little flakes that everybody's familiar with, like you would feed a goldfish. It's just tropical food that I put in there. And then I also have I also got some like bottom feeder pellets that I put down there as well, but they all go after the bottom pellet. The bottom feeder pellets, they all go after them. So yeah, I don't know. I'm considering getting bigger a tank set up. There you go. I'm considering setting up a second tank, like a 20-gallon tank, with maybe some tetras, something like that in there. Get some live plants. All the plants in here are fake, but live plants are a lot harder to take care of. And another thing is if you see you got the submarine, the destroyer, and then you can see the pineapple back there. There's also an airplane that's in between the destroyer and the submarine. that you can see on the front facing camera, which you can't get to activate on Discord for some reason. But those things were chosen by the top 4 supporters for that month that we did the big goal.
That's
so I
awesome.
let them, they could choose something out and put something into the tank. So yeah,
It's
I actually got to
so-
clean up the side of the tank. I see some algae in here. I can clean it up. I had a water change tonight or tomorrow night.
I see. So anything else that you want to add to that, or
To this tank, not really. But like I said, I'm considering buying a second tank, like a 20-gallon tank, and getting a second tank going. Maybe with some live plants, and maybe with some different species of fish than we have in here already.
Jeez, how many
But,
cameras do you have? Actually,
I have 3 on this tank. 2
3
on the
on.
side. You got this one right here, and then you have the other one that we swapped to earlier.
Yeah, what was the other one look like?
This one's just
Yeah.
above it. Just like right above it, so that way you can see the top of the water when I go and feed the fish. And then there's a front-facing one, which, like I said, I can't get to activate
Yeah,
on
it
Discord
doesn't
for some
work.
reason. But it shows the width of the tank instead of
That's cool.
the side of the tank here. Like it's just the front of the tank.
Wait, the lights turned off.
Well, that's because the angelfish is blocking out the lights.
Oh.
But like here on Discord, I don't have all the filters that I have on the stream. So like on my stream, I have got a bunch of filters to make it brighter and stuff, and change the colors. So
Dream
So,
Sniper,
yeah.
I knew it. He knows he's on
The
camera.
angelfish do love hanging out in front of the cameras. There's no indication the cameras are on, by the way. Whenever we switch to them, it's just they're over there chilling, mad vibing.
Okay.
But yeah, I know I love the fish tank. I used to have a fish tank back in my hometown. I had it for a little bit, like when I was in middle school. Didn't take really good care of it, if I remember
Uh-huh.
correctly. But I remember, I think about that time kind of fondly with the fish tank. So I was like, let's get another one going. Let's get one going here in this apartment. So chat, like I said, chat was behind it, and they funded it, and we got it going. Look at that pleco go. Look at that pleco, dude.
Look at him
Big
go.
suck. Big suck.
Big suck.
All right, we're gonna switch back to my ugly mug.
Yeah.
All right, chat. I'll be prepared.
All right. So
All
somebody
right,
brought
stuck
up
with me.
the that's cool. Thank you for showing off your fish. If you guys want to see the fishy between rounds or the
Yeah,
end of
between rounds.
stream, you'll be able to
I mean, there's
see
also
that
a
there.
camera like right below my face cam as well while I'm playing the game as well, so you can do that too.
Oh, nice. So you can always go check out EnergizedKnight on stream, and you will be back Monday, right? For Battlefield 1?
No, tomorrow's Battlefield 1. I'm waking
Tomorrow,
up.
Battlefield 1.
Waking up. I gotta be live in 8.5 hours.
Holy moly.
8.5 hours, and then the Battlefield 1 stream is a drunk stream. So I got some Jim Beam waiting on me. Went and got some, so that's what I'll be drinking.
All right. So
And
last
then,
thing. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll be back on Battlefield 5 on Tuesday. That's when I'm back on Battlefield 5.
Tuesday,
So I'm taking
okay.
Monday off. I'm gonna be hungover as hell.
So there you go. Okay, so last thing we're on cover, Tombstone brought up the wish list for Battlefield 6. Let's just start with era. What kind of era, or maybe you don't care, or
Preferably modern. Wouldn't mind Cold War,
the Cold War?
but
Be interesting.
preferably modern or near modern. Like how like the end of Battlefield 4 was like, I don't know, it's supposed to be like 2020 type of thing, but like that sort of futuristic type thing, but not like crazy futuristic, not 100 years in the future, but
Oh, not
near
like
future.
the
I'm okay with that.
yeah. Battlefield has that 2142 future vibe.
Not really interested personally. But
Gotcha.
yeah, no, like near futuristic will be okay. Like I said, that's the ideal time period I would prefer. But I would be okay with a Cold War. I think Cold War has plenty of material to it that could make a very very large and well thought out game. Do not want Vietnam. I know a lot of American
No, I'm
players, U.S. players want Vietnam. I think Vietnam would not be enough content. Also, I think Battlefield is more of a world game than it is a U.S. game. So I feel like the want for a Vietnam is more of a U.S. driven mindset than it is a world mindset. So it prefers, if you're gonna do a conflict based in history, prefer a world conflict, or if you're gonna do one that's future based, the world powers, that sort of thing.
I'd say forget all the history wars. I want a made up one, and let's
Yeah, I
just
do
go
too.
crazy. Let's just
So
go
the thing with
crazy
the
it.
history wars is if you say a certain location, people already have a predisposed opinion about what it's going to be. You say China, or you say like Vietnam, people already have a picture of what they want that to look like in their head. You say Wake Island, people know exactly what it's going to look like.
Yep.
If you say Cold War, though, there's a lot of stuff that happened in the Cold War that never get a whole lot of attention to it in other video games or even in history books. So there's a lot of stuff you could do there, but again, preferably near future or modern will be the best way to go. You can have undisclosed locations of like just city center, Now that may not be overly interesting, but that leads to better map design or more freedom for map design. In my
More
opinion.
freedom. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest downfalls for Battlefield 5 right now is the historical accuracy, even though they've said it multiple times that we're not trying to be historically accurate in our games. It's just in the setting of World War II. That's pretty much what we're trying to do, but people don't care. And I keep constantly seeing on Reddit, have this uniform in there, have this uniform. I mean, they're not stupid. Like, they would have added those authentic uniforms if they could, and there's more important things to worry about than adding skins to a Battlefield game.
For sure, like sandbags on tanks.
Yeah, back then we didn't give a shit about any of that, dude. We cared about maps and guns. That's what content was back then. And boy, oh boy, we would pay that whopping $15 for them too. Now we're paying $20 for Norman, like, or like close to it, for like, it's just dumb. For overly priced cosmetics is just ridiculous for sure. The other one was classes. Should we keep the same 4 classes, or
what was the Battlefield where they had like 5 classes or 6? Was it Battlefield 2?
BF2 had 6 classes, I believe.
6 classes. Okay, yeah, I never get to play BF2, but I like the concept of it. Maybe 5 classes. I wouldn't do 6, maybe 5. Just gotta get the ARs off of like the spammy classes. You gotta get the ARs have always been the best gun in the games, at least based on like recent Battlefields and stuff. It's just the ARs. The ARs need like their own class, honestly.
So
just give
like
it a class.
Specialist or something like that.
Yeah, it's for special class that doesn't have the best gadgets, but they got the best guns. Right now, Assault. I mean, in current meta right now, the Type 2A is the best gun. But like before 5.2, Assault was the way to go, and you also got the best, capabilities to take it out other vehicles and other players with spammable explosives. So while it's fun to play, it's also a bit powerful. And reduces the effect of other classes. So spread those out a little bit more. I think it'd be the way to go. But don't put ARs into the meta class. Don't do that. That was a bad thing Battlefield 4 did.
Yeah, and again, Chaotic Coyote, I agree. Boots on the ground is kind of be the trend lately. They don't want jetpacks. They're not selling very well. Advanced Warfare was the worst Call of Duty I think they've ever had. So I don't think they're really going to go in that direction. If they do, it probably will be their downfall. They really need a modern shooter, straight up. Or maybe they're going to use some of those Star Wars assets and use that for Battlefield. They're like, oh god, and so they're going to use all those for futuristic warfare. So it could happen. I don't think it's the right move. I agree with you. It should be some sort of modern, and that's what everyone I know is expecting. But yeah, I think they also asked like changes, etc. It seemed kind of general. I don't know. I'll leave it up to them for what kind of direction they want to go. But let's learn our history, DICE, and don't repeat the same bullshit every time. Release a completed game. Right? With the
and you've asked for too much. I'm sorry. Hey, Julian, you gotta stop you right there. You've asked too much. All right.
Damn it.
You're not good. Yep, too far.
Yeah, this sucks, man. You got great people, like CD Projekt Red are taking their sweet ass time to make a complete game at launch, where it's not a fucking CTE every time a new game comes out. They had to delay it again for Cyberpunk. I like that. That's a good trend. Okay. Bad trend is like what Bethesda's doing, or what EA is doing with Anthem. Those are bad trends. Bad idea. Remember that cartoon? Good idea, bad idea.
Yeah.
Those are some good little tidbits on that. But you never know. I keep telling my stream this, but you never know what these people at DICE are gonna do. It could be at a total left field. It could be an Alien game. the next game. Like aliens in space in modern time.
Yeah, but they still got to please the shareholders, so they still got to sell something that's gonna. They still got to make something that's gonna sell to the base, you know.
We don't know what the world's gonna be like in 2 years. We could all be dead from coronavirus.
Yeah, but they're working on that game already right now. I would hope it's not going to change too drastically in that type of direction, you know.
So we'll see. Yeah, caveman combat. A lot of people want like Civil War or what was the other thing? I think it was like Revolutionary War with like muskets and stuff. Oh my god, that would be.
Oh man.
Yeah, the Battlefield Space Force. That's right. That's trending. Come on, people will buy that. Space battles. Star Wars did it. Yikes! I don't know, man. Like you never know with dice. They're just gonna throw out of left field, and you might get hyped for it, but from what we see right now, I can't imagine anybody giving, like, if they release a trailer this December, like, would you actually give it a thumbs up?
Well, I gotta watch it first.
Yeah, but even if you watch it, it was the best thing ever. Like, how can you trust anything that's in that trailer?
I mean, I don't know,
They
really.
prove themselves?
It'd be difficult. I don't know. Yeah, I probably couldn't trust it. I'd probably leave some sort of comment about not being able to trust him, and then I don't know if I would dislike it. If there was a good trailer, though, I probably wouldn't dislike it at the very least. Like if it was Battlefield 1, like that initial trailer. Like to be honest, that initial Battlefield 1 trailer got me really hyped for the game.
Yeah,
but you know, if the trailer's bad, then I'll downvote it for sure. But if it's a good trailer, then I probably won't upvote or downvote.
Yeah. Okay.
Just be impartial.
You guys got any other questions? Oh yeah, here we go. Tombstone brought up another one. Classes based on roles or more free form from classes?
So
interesting.
How I'm going to interpret that is kind of like how BF4 has a system where you can use the the DMRs, the carbines, and the shotguns on a class. So that's the way I'm going to interpret it here.
Yeah.
As opposed to having classes have locked weapons or weapons locked to classes. I like the idea of having a couple gun classes like interchangeable between different roles, as long as those guns aren't the most powerful in the game.
Right.
Like if you give carbines like they did in Battlefield 4, if you give carbines that gun role where you can use them on any class, but then make carbines not the easiest or not the best guns in the game, then I'm okay with that, honestly.
Yeah, I don't want to lock specific weapons to certain factions. They try
doing
that
no factions. No.
In Hardline.
Well, you can get past it in Hardline. You can get past it in Hardline, but yeah, initially you could.
Initially, yeah. So I hope they learned their lesson from that one. I don't want none of
that.
Yeah,
no faction-based weapons.
Yeah.
They don't lock them. It's not like let Reddit complain about having Americans run out of Russian weapons. Who cares?
Yeah, and so yeah, that'll be interesting. Like just to totally get rid of the class system. I don't think Battlefield.
I wouldn't go that far. Okay. Listen, if you go that far, it's gonna have to be some sort of balance system like World War III we discussed earlier, with some sort of way system like that, or other drawbacks to having all the best equipment attached to your character. So that's how you would do that if that's what also potentially Tombstone's referring to here. If you have no class system, but then you have like everything available to you, there's gotta be some sort of drawback to running with the best AR plus a RPG plus some mines and all that good stuff. There's gotta be some sort of major drawback to that. Again, the way system like World War III had didn't really work. It didn't make a whole lot of difference. So I don't know what a great solution would be to that. In all honesty, I don't have that. I don't have that in mind. But it could work. It's not a preferred system. I don't think they should reinvent. Like, we talked about reinventing the wheel earlier. I don't think they should do that. Really, just keep it to classes like how we have it right now.
Yeah, it's very Battlefield. Conquest modes, classes, vehicles, air, sea, and land. That's Battlefield, and I don't think they want to lose that. And I really think they're afraid to lose that a lot. That's why we keep seeing vehicles in literally everything. But sometimes community keeps pushing on them to get rid of them or to delete them. But they really don't want to do that. Even in their small game modes, it's kind of like their bread and butter. And they do a really good job at it sometimes. Till they break it. Sometimes. Sometimes, yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, on Augie, thank you so much for coming
No,
on.
show the ball clip though. Come on, go show the ball clip.
Dang it, I was gonna trick everybody. I was like, just kidding. Oh well. But yeah, anyway, let's watch a couple more last clips here, and then we'll say our goodbyes, and we'll go raid somebody. Okay, so stick around here. Let's see, the ball. Oh, let's do the reveal first. Huh? How about that?
Okay. Did you watch this one through already?
I didn't watch it through yet.
Oh, okay.
2, 1. All right, here we go. Look at all my. Where's this?
Wow.
That's right here, dude.
So yeah, that goal that month was to dye my beard and let Chad choose the color or colors in this case. And we also hit the eyebrows.
And the eyebrows.
The eyebrows. So that was that one.
So okay, give me a little background on this. What happened again?
It was just it was like a donation goal, just like the fish
donation.
It's just one of the ideas I had was to get some spray like dye and just go at it for a day or two.
Oh my
And yeah,
god!
this is what ended up winning was red and green because this was back. This is December 1st, I believe, when this clip was taken. So yeah.
Man, did that take a while to take
to get
off?
done? Or to get off? No,
take it
it was just like one shower. Took it all off.
Oh, nice.
It was meant for like like a Halloween type spray. We just use it for like one day. So
was that you said it was during Christmas time, right?
Yeah, it was December 1st when the clip was taken.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right, and then something happened here. You went all Tim the Tap Man on everybody.
This is almost a year to go to date. This clip was taken February 1st of last year.
I hadn't had a haircut in a long time. There's
so
at least like 6 to 8 inches of a hair that he was just cutting on. Man.
I have not had a haircut
Good,
since,
dude.
by the way. So you got a little bit of a mane going on back here.
Yeah.
Get touched
Yeah.
by leg. Yep.
Oh man.
Oh man.
It was an experience. Okay, it was an experience.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Those were the good times back then. And who the heck is Chase Harper, dude? I saw a clip. Do you know Chase Harper?
Personally, no.
Man.
He's a supporter from Battlefield 4. He's been with the channel for a while.
Yeah, dude. Dang. Throwing the stacks down. Tombstone brought up a message here. How much do you feel that the instant gratification social media has forced some of DICE's decisions? Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, man. They really just need to hang on to a specific direction and stop changing their mind all the time. And I think they'll be better off. If they want a TTK to be a certain way, then push that. And then work with the community then. Don't have the community work with you on a TTK, tell them to fuck off, and then revert it later on, and then do that whole thing all over again. Like, that's not a good thing at all. Do you have that same feelings, EnergizedKnight, about that?
Yeah, whenever you don't have a CT, you can have community input directly like that. So if you have a CT, you can have direct community input. You can trust the community to make some sort of informed decision because they've actually played it. But without that sort of thing, you gotta really listen to like certain people if you want to. Otherwise, I don't know how they're going to be able to sort out all the feedback they get. And honestly, the surveys are one thing, but the surveys, a lot of people don't really take this lesson very seriously. And also I don't know if I would necessarily, strictly use the surveys as the best deciding factor as to what people want out of this game as well. It's kind of a balance they have to run. As for the social media aspect of it, I can't personally say how much they spend on how much time they spend on social media and how much input they receive, like actually take into consideration from social media. Like if you say social media isn't Reddit, maybe they take some input from Reddit, but I don't know what to what extent. Hopefully, it's not extreme.
Yeah, during the beginning,
don't think it's too extreme.
During the beginning of the release of the game, they got a lot of feedback, and I think the pushback from social media was huge, especially from that first trailer we saw.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just they should have stuck with their guns, man, and just say, I don't, we want to go in this direction, and if we don't sell well, that's our problem. But I guess they had a lot of infighting, and things just went a different way. And
Yeah,
so,
I mean, there's
yeah,
also
it's
like
tough.
what does EA want as well? You know, like I think EA just wants to please the shareholders primarily. So if
Yeah.
DICE has anything that isn't pleasing shareholders, then EA gets mad and demands that they change it. That's what I feel like what happens.
I feel like that's what happened the first time around with the
Probably,
whole
yeah.
PTK thing. I don't even think DICE even wanted to do that whole thing. So I don't know. Just speculating about that, but
Yeah.
hope they finally learned their lesson, and that, you know, this December we don't see this all happen all over again. I don't want to see this ever happen again with this TTK. Enough. It's enough. Let's just go with what we have now and then slowly improve it, okay?
Again, like I said, this is a long roller coaster I've been on, man.
It's crazy. It's not like BF4, man. Not what you experience. And BF1 was kind of all over the place too. But again, I kind of want to see something with the cheating that's been happening on PC. That's like one priority for me.
For sure.
Not much over there on console land, but you know, things that'll make competitive play easier, like for the rental server programs.
Well, I mean, with RSP as well, when it comes to PC, like you know, if you have the proper seating on PC servers, or no, I mean, like private servers to begin with, proper seating, then you can eliminate cheaters that way as well. As long as you're being seated with new players, you can just take out cheaters, and you can actually have a decent server, decent time.
A lot of things will be fixed across all platforms if we had a pretty decent rental server program.
Yep.
And that's what Battlefield used to survive for over a decade. So once they finally realize that, we'll probably get it back and have all the cool tools that we'll need, and we'll keep enjoying Battlefield. So that's what we can hope for in this year and a half of play testing this game. And hopefully we won't be crazy play testers for Battlefield 6 or whatever they're going to call it coming on down the road.
Fingers crossed.
A year and a half from now. So yeah, fingers crossed. Okay, EnergizedKnight, stick around here. I'll say our goodbyes. Thank you to all who are here for the whole 3 hours.
3 hours.
Wow. Thank you guys so much for yeah. Yeah, you gotta get to bed here pretty soon if you want to stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or today, I mean.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all the resubs, the follows. If you guys enjoyed the stream, give the channel a follow, and don't forget to go and check out EnergizedKnight stream today. All right, he'll be streaming today. Click on his name right there and hit the follow button. Go check him out. Also, you have the day off on Monday, correct?
Monday.
So on Monday, you're also going to release your first YouTube video, right?
Yep. I've been putting it off for a while and decided, I'm going to learn an editing program and go at it. So I have compiled a bunch of moments from this past month of February, both good and bad, and put them into a YouTube video, and add some edits to it, add some good memes, and I'll be releasing that on Monday as soon as I wake up on Monday.
Hell yeah! So look forward to that. I already subscribed to his YouTube channel. There will be links popping up everywhere. I'm sure.
I gave you the sneak preview. What'd you think of it? Huh? What'd you think of it?
That's pretty hot. I like it.
Oh yeah. All right.
It's gonna be really cool when it's all done, for sure. Okay, so watch out that for Monday. Tomorrow we'll be back here talking with KHT from sim.gg about the new balance updates for Battlefield 5 6.2. So be sure to tune in that. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be back next Saturday for probably the biggest Battlefield show of all time. And we might invite EnergizedKnight back to the round table, the first round table show. We'll see how things go for Battlefield 5. Wish us luck. I'll see you guys later. Good night.